Ladies and gentlemen, hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Wait a minute. First, let me check my camera, and I already see my camera is not quite right. One moment, please. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. That's a little bit better. And look, it's coming in nicely. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Playing games. Pillars of Eternity comes up. Awesome. Awesome. Hope all of you are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope all of you had a good weekend. When we left off, we were trying to clean up all the Twin Elms content. And so now we're in the Burial Isle. So I want to clear up all the Burial Isle. Then we're going to go get our Druid and Ranger party members, finish up their quest, and then it will be time to clean up
Certainly.
the endless paths. Edson, what's going on? How are you? Good morning to you. Perfect time again. Hope you've had a superb day. Happy birthday as well. Not sure if it's early or late. Thank you. It's late here, so it's around 10 o'clock. But I appreciate the happy birthday wishes.
Do you remember when we were children, and the missionaries came to tell us about the gods? They told us we could see them in the stars. And we snuck out one night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because we thought we could see them better from up there.
Wyvern, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you. Glad you're able to make the stream.
That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort.
Gwendolyn, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. How are you? I miss those days. It was an exciting time. Everything full of promise. She looks at you. This is your home as much as it is mine. Do you worry about it? I worry about you. You should be more worried about yourself. Half the guards still plot your death at night. I miscalculated
many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
Wyvern, this is it's a little misleading. I am finishing up what is the last area of the main story, but I'm not actually going to go through and finish the whole game. We still have to do Endless Paths. We have to do White March Part 2, and we have to do whatever tower that is with the powerful sorcerer. So basically, there's a lot of late game content we still have to clean up. So we've still got a few sessions left before I'll get to the actual end.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies in a stronghold that can resist an invading army.
You can feel words formed long ago rising in your throat like a toxic black bile. Have you thought about Oceanus?
Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
You look a bit thinner. This is your last update video from weeks ago. Thank you. Working out on a pretty regular basis, trying to keep that progress going. Lots of games still left. Yep, plenty of game left. But I'm hoping that in October, if nothing else, we'll be able to clean this up, and then next month move on to something different. But we'll see how it works out. Boom, boom. Why are you not attacking, little lady? She can do 1, 2. And he... That's not good. Why isn't she doing anything? What is the problem there? Oh, she's too far away to realize that there are more things happening? Is that the problem? Boom. There we go. Stay in the back a lot.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Boom. All right. Can you do more? Is there more over here? There is a little bit. Hey, springberry. I don't think I've been doing anything with the plants. There's a whole lot of crafting stuff that I've just done nothing with because I haven't felt particularly inspired in this game. Like, I'm usually not really a crafting type of person unless there's a system that makes the posters last for a long time. I don't want to have to consider with every fight, oh, I might use a potion here. Like, nah, I'm good on that. I think I'll go off to the left. You're doing great. You're an inspiration with your determination. Thank you. I'm trying to keep it going. It's honestly not easy. I had a couple of birthday cupcakes today that I'm sure didn't do anything for the weight loss, but I have to make up for it with more workouts in the future. Oh, it's just a prestigious visitor. Okay, nothing I have to worry about. Awaken, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. How are you? All right, plant over here. Excellent. I saw a body in the middle. Ravenous Stelgar. Standing proud and... Ooh. This is probably the one where I should have brought the druid with me. Standing proud and still, the Amuwa before you is smiling broadly, showing several crooked and missing teeth. Sporting the physique of a man in his prime, his worn and weathered face appears too old for the rest of him. He's dressed in an assortment of stitched hides and furs assembled for a motley of animals. Dangling from his belt are a series of grisly scalps, braided lengths of human, Adaran, dwarven, and Orlan hair woven around finger bones. The Amuwa looks you up and down and shakes his head slowly. I seek another. Leave me be. Okay, cool. So they'll let me come back to him. So at least I know this is where I go to find him.
See now what the flame has shown us?
The flame showed me something, but I'm not sure what because I don't see anything highlighted that I should be able to pick up. He discovered something. And I'm not... Ooh, here we go. In the tree trunk. Oh, sweep the supplies if I need. Anyway, I got some stuff to do, so I'll be morphing into a lurker. Thanks. Glad you were able to make it for at least a little bit. Stubbs, what's going on? How are you? How do I get to that? Oh, okay. Even from the bottom, it'll let me use it. That's cool. What is this? We might as well just go ahead and go up here and see what's going on up at the top. Yep. Ooh. There we go. And that's weird that it would be just a little shade there, but whatever. And what are these spirits that keep flying into me? What's that about? She can do that. You can do this. See, so it's not just Durant's. Like, he's using a level 5 power. When... Good Lord. Good Lord. All right. Turn that on. You come around here. Now come around here, I guess. And do that. And then you wear those blights. No, here. We'll use, you got 4 of these? Yeah, here. 20. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, she just disappeared. Good Lord. I did not appreciate that. Here, you do that. You do this. And you... Nah, I want something stronger than that. No, not that either. What's it? Why is 4 blanked out like that? What's 5? Why can't I get up to 5? What's the problem? Oh, here we go. 5. Why don't I have the bolts? I didn't get the bolts for them? I swear I thought I did. Oh, well. The deadly force around it causing any enemies. Yep. Here we go. Fine. That'll work. Kill them. Yep. Oh, and she's paused. Oh, yeah. She's out of here anyway. Oh, yeah. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. One spirit thingies. There we go.
Certainly.
Where did that come from? Some random shade. Okay.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
As silent as my feet. Doing well, brother. Just wrapped up midterms. I saw you stream and wanted to say what's up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope midterms are going okay. Ooh, I think that's something I was waiting on. Where did that thing go? I think that necklace is something I was waiting on. Where is it? Here we go. Ingwithan Adraban amulet. Eder. No? Is it Eder? No, maybe not. Cloak of protection. Who did I want to use that on? Might have been him. Cloak of comfort. Yeah, I'll leave that on her. We'll put it on you. Because I think you need some extra might, correct? Boom. What's up, brother? Yeah, what's going on? How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream. Let's see, hatchet. And is that another body we can pick up? No. There's a path up there. But I almost want to clear out the bottom part first. So let's search around a little bit more here before we move on to up there. Pick up this. All right. Let's go down the stairs. Down the stairs. And there we go. Come on, Netter. Ooh. Rough. Ooh, another body of loot. Excellent. And we're still picking up these weird spirit things. Don't know what that's about yet, but I assume it'll become clear at some point. All right. That's one way to get over there. And that other place is where we came from, so we'll go this way. You pause. And
Yes.
you. Who are you? I have no idea who that other chick is, but that is discomforting. You're only dazed. You're paralyzed. So yeah, we'll paralyze you. Did you do what you were supposed to do? Yeah, we'll double up on paralyzation then. And there we go. And we're good? Excellent. Okay.
Certainly.
And what
Took a little bit of damage, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Tomas, what's going on? Glad you're able to make it. Perfect time with the stream. Just going to take a break from Undertale. Nice. Underrail, I assume you meant. Awesome, awesome. Keith, good to see you too. Glad you're able to make the stream. Yeah, I managed to get here before it got too late. Hey, everyone, hope you're happy and healthy tonight. I got absolutely no complaints whatsoever. You venture through a doorway into an underground tunnel. A staircase coils upwards, leading to a dim passage. In the upper level, light filters through the collapsed ceiling. A wall of piled stones and rubble blocks the way ahead. Perception. Examine the pile of rubble. To your observant eye, the mass looks dangerously unstable. The rocks appear to have held together through sheer chance. Moving even one could send the rest tumbling. Clear the rubble with a pry bar. You wedge your pry bar against a large stone and pull it with your weight into it. Your efforts dislodge the boulder and it rolls free with a heavy groan. Other slabs and chunks of debris begin to break away. The massive pile creaks and rumbles, threatening to loose 1,000 pounds of stone around you. As the debris tumbles down, you lunge through the narrowing gap. However, Eder isn't fast enough and disappears behind the falling rocks. Eder emerges from a cloud of dust, hunched over and cradling tender ribs. Light breaks into the tunnel up ahead, glowing brighter as you continue. Soon, the passage ends, opening up high on the cliffside of the burial aisle.
I'll see what I can find.
Interesting. So where am I? Oh, okay, so I'm just over in this section. All right. So maybe you don't even need necessarily to go through that whole section to get up here. Maybe. We'll see in a second. Oof, that's a lot of people. All right, so first of all, her. Why is he using... He's using Archimede's Dazzling Lights, a level 1 power, when he has access to level 7 powers. The AI in this game is just absolutely maddening, y'all. Maddening. To anyone in the cloud, we'll do this. And yeah, frighten is possible as well. Ooh, they froze all of us? That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Turn attention there.
Yes.
Yeah, under rail, autocorrect is biased against CRPGs. Dustin, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. Hey, SG, love the voice you do at Wrath of the Rights videos. Lots of fun. Thank you. Glad you've been enjoying the content. Hoping to make many more. I forgot to put out a community post about Owlcat announcing that partner program, but I did send them an email and say, yo, let's do business together. We'll see how that works out. It sounds interesting, but it's also something. Why they're not going to let me click on that magnifying glass? Okay, it sounds interesting, but at the same time, I feel a little weird about it. Like I review their games, I critique their games, and so I don't know how that would work if I'm part of the partner program. If all of a sudden they're going to expect that, I pretend that everything they have is just amazing with no flaws. So we'll see. It might turn out that they have some rules regarding it that I'll decide just don't work for me and my content. But I'm going to check them out. I would definitely love the opportunity to do some voice acting in one of their games. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Just got out to where I had soft locked myself on my last run. Pro tip: don't sneak past enemies you can't fight without a plan on how to get back. That sounds like a very good idea. Or if you do, make a safety save beforehand in case you do too many quick and auto saves. Yep, something to be avoided. Something to be avoided. Okay, so it looks like these stairs is all that's left. Let's just take a quick peek over here. I'm doing good. Playing a great text-based game called Road Warden. Interesting. I've never heard of that before. What's it about?
I shall be discreet.
Just curious if there are any fights I have to go through before I drop down over here.
Another turn, Inquisitor.
Theo signals some unseen attendant standing beside a large crink.
ask again. Jovara Ixensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
He waits, but Ivara only stares straight ahead, her face stony, the creak of her restraints the only sound.
Do you confess to apostasy?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I confess to opening minds.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
Indeed. And where might we find this heretic?
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Only my truth, then.
Another turn.
No! Wait! Wait! I'm ready. I'm ready.
You are ready to give a confession?
I'm ready to hear one from you.
Theo shakes his head and points at the Inquisitor, and the scraping grind of rusted gears echoes in your mind as the apparitions fade away. Good luck with that. Hope it works out. You got more content for that game than anyone else I found. Not many people want to tackle a story that big, I bet. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I should have, some sort of
If this doesn't inspire faith,
cachet
I don't know what will.
amongst them, you would think. Because absolutely, I got a huge amount of content for that game. Every wrinkle and boil carved into Wodaka statue looks painfully familiar. Yeah, those partner programs don't work out for everyone. I know of at least one case for Total War where it really messed with the creator's ability to enjoy what he was doing. So in what way did it mess with it? As far as he felt like he couldn't make the kind of content that he wanted? Because I'll be honest, I won't allow myself to be put in that type of situation. Like, I want to read the fine print. What exactly is required for me to be involved in this? And if it don't work for me, then it don't work for me. Because honestly, of course, my first 2 years as a content creator, I've been playing a ton of Pathfinder. That's really not my plan for 2023. I mean, considering all the amazing, incredible games that are coming out in 2023, I actually don't know how much time I'm going to have to play Pathfinder. So it might be a totally different situation. Or depending on the way the partner program works out and the way that they plan to roll out 40K, maybe it turns out I do play a lot more Outcat games than I think I will. But I'm just also not confident on whether or not they're planning for a 2023 Road Trader release, or if that's really more so a 2024 game. Because I'm definitely know I'm not of the mindset where I would probably feel comfortable again with spending a whole year playing a beta over and over and over again. Like, it's doubtful that's happening. Like, that was cool for Wrath of the Righteous, helped me grow a lot. I definitely appreciate it, but there's just so many games I want to get into. Like, we haven't gotten into the 2 Baldur's Gate games. I've already talked about Wasteland. Like, I want to finish playing the Pillars of Eternity series. There's too many other games that I want to get into for me to pigeonhole myself into one game or one company. You are a new road warden, kind of like a sheriff, and you come to it. Why am I not going inside? Come on. And you come to a new area where the old road warden disappeared. So you're dealing with both the politics and mystery of the area. Interesting. Do you know how long the game is? And is it like an older game or is it newer? What's this? +3 Constitution. Look at that. All right. Morning Gloves, Ring of the Sun. Boom, boom. Lilith Shawl. Oh, Sheathed in Autumn. Nice. Just taking a look at this stuff real quick to make sure there's nothing that I wanted to add. Dear one charm belt. Boom. Boom. Fulvano's amulet. What does that do? +5 reflex. Interesting. Folly. Constitution +2. Oh, we got a ring of deflection. None of us need a ring of deflection. 42. You got deflection. You got one ring of protection, and the other ring you don't need, so we'll give you a ring of deflection for now. Wait, let me make sure though. You got it deflection, right? Yeah, okay, you're good. What you need is a ring of protection, actually. Radiance, thigh clef, Pilgrim's lasting visual, unwavering resolve. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. And there we go. Ogayavag, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. Dude, you are my new CRPG hero. Thanks, man. Glad you've been enjoying the content. Hey. Ever played Planescape Torment? No, I have never played Planescape Torment, but I have heard people say multiple times that they feel like it's the greatest story that has ever been done in a CRPG, and that I absolutely need to do it. So I'm thinking more than likely that's a game that I'll play on the channel. I don't know. I might check it out a little bit, because sometimes I'm worried about playing like super slow, super old games as a stream, because I know that's not going to be everybody's thing, and people are going to come in and be like, what in the hell is this? And then jet out. But I know there's also a lot of people who love older games who might really appreciate being able to see that kind of title. So we'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. But definitely aware of it. Definitely something that I would strongly consider playing. Do I want to get rid of her? Grieving mother. Yeah, we'll let it go. We'll let it ride. Here, you got another level. So yeah, to answer your question though, I haven't played it yet, but definitely plan to play it. Done. And then this, accept. And then I think her quest is in Northfield. For real, this is one of only 2 channels I gave set to receive notifications about upload streams. That's awesome. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Glad you all are enjoying it so far. Not sure on length. I'm 5 hours in so far, and it came out of early access this year. Interesting. So it is relatively new. If ignored, negative, pay off 500. Pay you off. There we go. All right, now. Oh, I forgot to rest before I left. Crap. She is supposed to be. Her quest is here, right? The long hunt. Find the Adra Arch. Eder has seen the arch before. He said it's on the shores of Bale Lake, on the opposite side of Twin Elms. Adra Arch. Nice. I don't think any of this counts as an Adra Arch, right? Oh, wait. So wait. The opposite side of Twin Elms. So is that Old Psalm? No, that doesn't make sense. What does the temple have? No. I'm confused. Dustin, thank you for the $10, man. I really appreciate it. Glad you enjoying the channel and felt compelled to support. I really appreciate that, man. Good Lord, I need to change my alerts. Every time one of these alerts comes up, it's a reminder that I haven't made it something more unique. I have got to do something about that. Was that Mortismal Sight watching Right the Righteous stuff? Then he said he's not going to do Crusade stuff. I was like, damn it, but wait, go here. Thanks. 57-year-old exaggerated nightmare, so thanks. Hey, glad to hear it, man. Glad that you've been enjoying this community and that you feel like you found a home here. I really appreciate it, man. He's not going to do Crusade stuff. You know, I've been actually considering whether or not I should do an updated Crusade management video. I actually haven't done a new playthrough of the game since Enhanced Edition came out. And it's probably going to be at least a week or so before I do that because I'm still redoing some things in my demon path. But after that, when I go through Angel, I kind of get a feel for it, and I'll see if maybe it would be worthwhile to the community for me to do an updated version of that video so that people have a better idea of how Crusade management is supposed to work. He was deep in running towards an Adra arch. Eder had seen the arch before. He said it's on the shores of Baal Lake on the opposite side as Twin Elms. I assume it means of Twin Elms. I've heard of this arc. There are several Adra pillars near it. We do not see any Adra pillars there. I do not remember seeing any Adra pillars. Why does the thing keep disappearing? What is the problem? Here, over here. Yeah, lots of good stuff to check out here. Want to wish you a happy birthday. Lenny, appreciate it. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Hope you're doing well. Glad you're able to make the stream. There's no Adra pillars at Old Song, right? Am I wrong? I'm pretty excited for the possibility of voice acting videos for other games like you have done for Wrath. Yeah, I did a little bit of it for Baldur's Gate, but I think I made those videos way too long. I think I need to condense them down and make them more digestible for people. But yep, yeah, definitely something I want to get into. I absolutely intend on finishing my Baldur's Gate series. And the temple doesn't have any pillars, right? Can we get a hint on your long form video you are planning on doing? So I am working on a video where I break down the mechanics for all 25 classes, including the feats that I feel like have synergy with those classes and the mythic options that I feel like go well with those classes as well. So it's starting out to be a massive video, longer than I thought it would. It's going to be at least an hour. I said in my posting that I don't know if there's an appetite for that because, of course, there are a bunch of other videos that, you know, break down the mechanics and go through all that stuff. And those videos have thousands of views. In fact, I think Mortismal Gaming said it was a huge reason why his channel became successful. I want to do it because I feel like new players coming in will benefit from a much more current conversation about where these classes stand now. Like you can't tell by looking at the mechanics what's broken, what's overpowered, what syncs up very well with other potential classes. So it's not really about the content itself. It's more so about the dialogue that I feel like will happen around the content that I feel like will hopefully really help new players who are trying to figure out what it is that they want to do and how to handle this wealth of options. In addition to that, I actually plan to start a series where I rank all the classes, subclasses, and prestige classes in the game. And I felt like if I did that, while having to explain basic class mechanics, it would make those videos way longer than they needed to be. So I felt like it would be nice to have one place that people could go if they needed to reference, hey, what does wild shape mean? Or what does sneak attack actually do? You know, that kind of stuff. I'll have that base class mechanics video will have all that information, and I could use that as like a reference point or a repository, and then I don't have to worry about all that information in the rankings video, if that all makes sense. So I have no idea whether or not this video will actually do well, because again, like I said, I feel like a lot of people who are playing the game have already, you know, they already know the mechanics. They've already seen this stuff. So is there actually an appetite for this in the community? No clue. But for me, creatively, in my mind, it works, it makes sense, and I feel like it's something I should do. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. Sorry, that was like the long roundabout way of answering your question. Wealthy noble just arrived, precedes visitor. Okay. I am thoroughly confused right now. What am I missing? None of these. Wait. These are in Gwithin Ruin. So maybe these are the pillars over there? Let me also look at this. These are not Audra pillars. Yeah, there's no Audra here, so I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Yeah, I found this channel right after I found Mortismo. Lots of good stuff from both. I had the most fun with the story-driven stuff here because of the voice acting. Whoa! That's awesome. Glad you're enjoying it.
Yes.
You know, it's weird. My voice acting... Come on, y'all. What are y'all doing? My voice acting stuff gets a lot of views, but not very many subscribers. Like, most of the subscribers come from guides or guides, builds, like things of that nature. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that much earlier in my career. So I feel like I put a lot of content and stuff that doesn't actually generate subscribers for me. But it's weird because it doesn't generate subscribers, but it does generate loyalty. Like, I feel like I have a very loyal and avid fan base, but it's just not the voice acting stuff. Man, so do enemies come back in this game? I didn't feel that way. I never felt that way before. It's kind of weird to me. These people should all be gone. Or unless it's that there were actual people here. Like the Fangs were here when I first came. So maybe it's because you got rid of the Fangs that now the Blights come in. Interesting. Okay, whatever. So yeah, it's been an interesting experience trying to figure out, okay, what do people really actually value
Keeping an eye.
when they're coming to the channel. So I'm definitely not gonna like go completely away from voice acting stuff, but I might not do it as much because I think some of the other stuff that I do is valued more overall. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe as we get deeper into things, I'll find out something completely different. Stubbs, thank you for the $50. Wow, I really appreciate it, man. Didn't realize it was your birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. P.S. That video idea sounds awesome. Good luck making it. I look forward to watching it. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Hopefully, I'm able to release something you all enjoy. Wow, I don't think I've gotten $50 on this channel before. I really appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Whoa. Why aren't these people dead yet? Hold on. And you. Long form videos seem to do well on YouTube these days. I agree. I would watch it since 100 years ago. Been playing Rangers type of paladin character. Those are Matt checking out. Others would be worth the watch. Awesome. Boss Page, what's going on? Glad you're able to make it, man. I forgot to ask earlier, but are you playing Baldur's Gate on stream? I will not be playing Baldur's Gate 1 on stream. I might play Baldur's Gate 2 on stream. We'll see how it works out. I will definitely, absolutely be playing Baldur's Gate 3 on stream. That with no question. I'll be honest. Love the story and the characters and the writing for Baldur's Gate. I do not like the combat system. And I know there's a lot of people who are hyper focused on the challenge of the combat system and all that. I don't want it. I don't want it. Like, it's weird. Like, Pillars of Eternity is probably way more complicated than Baldur's Gate, but I find I'm more motivated to dig into Pathfinder, figure that out, pull out the weeds, and explain that to you all than I am about Baldur's Gate. Trying to figure all that stuff out in Baldur's Gate just doesn't interest me in the slightest. And so it makes me not want to play it on stream because I feel like I'm going to set this to like normal or even easy so I could just blow through the content and stick with the story stuff that I'm actually interested in. And I don't know if that's interesting from a stream standpoint. Travel to the Audra Arch at Elmshore. So wait. Oh, so wait. It's not about Twin Elms. On the opposite, oh, it's just the opposite side of Twin Owls. Did I screw that up? Maybe I wasn't reading that properly. Interesting. Happy birthday. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. Well, I think you take complex and make it simpler for my brain. You know, that's what I try to do. I like taking complex, layered systems that a lot of people wouldn't like dealing with, and I like trying to make guides and figure things out to make it simpler and easier for people. Like, I think at its core, that's what my channel is really about. It's about taking these CRPGs, especially older CRPGs that people may not be familiar with or may look at as daunting to play, and then figure out ways to explain it that'll make it easier for them to play. I avoid watching some of the voice acting videos because I haven't finished Wrath yet, so I want to avoid spoilers, but I wouldn't have subscribed without them. And actually, I think that's also part of the hesitation and why it doesn't probably generate as many subscribers, because there's probably a bunch of people who are like, I don't want to spoil myself. And so I think in the future, when games first come out, I need to start with the guides, the builds, the walkthroughs, things of that nature. And then later on, when most people have had the opportunity to go through their first playthrough of it, then come out with more of the voice acting stuff at a time when they'll feel comfortable with you doing it. So I'm actually looking forward to probably next year I'll do more. In fact, kind of what I'm doing now, the voice acting stuff with Baldur's Gate, I feel comfortable doing that stuff with older games because I know most people who want to play those games have already played them. So I don't have to really worry about a bunch of people avoiding the content because they don't want to be spoiled. I think so. I'm going to make her spend it on me. Yes, my darling. What's mine is yours. What's mine is yours. Data point of 1, though. Also, happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it, the mouse. Oh, okay. Hey, hope you're doing well. Now, like others say here, happy birthday. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, man. How are you doing? Glad you're able to make the stream. Get some ball naughties. Yeah. That's pretty typical. It's okay from a watching standpoint. Personally, combat is the least interesting thing for me to watch on a stream. I'd have no problems if it was set to easy. It is about the story and hearing your takes. But you got to be playing something you enjoy too. You know, I might play, I already know I love Baldur's Gate 2. And actually, I finished the story of Baldur's Gate 2, but I've never played Throne of Ball, which is the expansion that I guess really wraps up and ties up the story. So I'm actually really looking forward to playing through that content. And because that stuff is all something I enjoy, I might end up playing it on stream. We'll see. Your guys for Wrath. Christian, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. How are you doing? Your guys for Wrath the Rattlers was huge for me. Awesome. I'm glad you found them useful. You know, I try to really construct them in a way where they would be valuable for people who are going through them. Toxic, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. Your guide to Nanio's quest to Wrath the Righteous saves me hours of pain and suffering. So I thank you for that. You know, I actually specifically made that guide because going through that quest was so brutal. And in fact, I think I mentioned in the video, there was another channel that had a guide that I used to go through it because I was like, there's no way I'm coming up with these solutions on my own. But even going through that guide, I was like, the information's here, but it seems way more complicated and convoluted than it should be. And so I felt like there would be some value in creating a guide to help people kind of navigate those situations. And it's been really cool. Like that Nanio guide video has been one of those videos that's had like a lot of staying power, where I see people commenting over it, you know, through the year. Like, hey, thank you for making this. This quest is absolutely awful. There's you and me both. Throwing a Ball is so good. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Throwing a Ball, and so I'm actually really excited to go through it. And I'm thinking, you know what? It might be nice to just go through it with the channel. So we might go ahead and do that. Man, I never played Throwing a Ball. Yeah, we might do it on the channel, Dustin. Don't tell me. No spoilers. No spoilers. The Adra Arch looms in front of you, just as you saw it through Persoc's eyes. Sagani turns, watching the trees for movement. As the archer's shadow falls over you, the wooded shore fades into a different scene. Good night, my love. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you. You're standing in another forest. Black and bare trunks claw their way out of the soil and keep a solemn vigil over the young trees and tender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods and the ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arches show the bones of some destroyed building. Between and amidst it, all are elves and orlins, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Lore, examine the trees. The stunted, charred trunks look like the aftermath of the War of Black Trees. Battles were fought all over the Deerwood and Glanfath, and many of the deadliest fronts developed along the borders and behind major Glanfathan settlements. I've seen the next location.
I'll follow you.
She counts the arrows in her quiver before adjusting the weight on her shoulders.
I always get a strange feeling near the end of a hunt. Like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
You sound surprised.
I am. After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him. That I'd be stuck wandering like this forever. I'll admit, I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
What changed?
I haven't spent this much time around anyone since the long hunts in Nasitok. But I've gotten to know you. Seen how you deal with Kith. Whatever else you turn out to be when we find Theos, you're honest. I know you wouldn't lead me astray in this.
What I mean is, thanks. No one's done this much for me in a very long time. Feels almost like I'm part of a village again. What will you do after this is over?
Good question.
She runs her hand over the smooth, chiseled surface of the arch. After 5 years, I'm not sure what the point of this is. Prasok has moved on, and while I'm out here, everyone in Masuka is carrying on as normal. And that'll be the case whether I come back having found Prasok or die out here. To be honest, I'm not sure what that means for me. She thumps the Adra wall with the heel of her hand. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we've got to find Prasok, as well as your quarry, Slandered. Should give me some time to figure out what I'll say to him. What do you think you'll tell Prasok?
I guess that depends on who he is now. I'd like to think that traveling for 5 years entitles me to give him a solid earful about all of it. But what really matters to someone in Persok's position? The village he left behind? The family he likely won't remember?
I wish my fractured memories told me more about the people closest to me.
Must be lonely not knowing a thing like that. I guess I've taken that much for granted.
Wow, I'm doing great. Currently... What do you say? Sorry, 1 second. I'm doing great. Currently doing my Angel playthrough. I love the enthusiasm you bring to the CRPG community. Thanks. Yeah, I've loved CRPG games for a very long time now, so it's actually really nice to be in this position to make content about it. Glad you're enjoying it. Throwing a ball is good, but it kind of breaks down into a lot of combat after combat. I played those games when they came out and loved them, but they are definitely of a time. Yep, that's kind of what I figured. I'm ready for it. I'm old. I finished Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale 1 to 2 100 years ago. And I buy the Enhanced Edition. Damn you, Beam Dog. Yeah, we're going to do the Enhanced Edition as well, so I think they added some additional stuff. Yeah, that might be what I do. Before I do Baldur's Gate 2, we might play Siege of Dragonspear. Beam Dog did what they wanted, even though people wanted more. Yeah, I'm not pleased with their new game so far, to be honest, but maybe when it's finally ready for full release, I'll feel differently. I bought and not played the Enhanced Planescape Torment multiple times now. I just feel like I need to own it when I can, since it is one of my favorite games. Yeah, I was just mentioning I haven't played Planescape Torment before, but I keep hearing it's one of the best stories in gaming. So that's definitely something I plan to play as a channel. Playing on my first complete playthrough of Wrath of the Righteous Armiger into Hell Knight. Can't decide on a Mythic Path, though. LOL. Got 120 hours on Wrath of the Righteous, but can't make it past Act 2 before restarting. I did Armiger into Hell Knight, and I picked the Devil Mythic Path because that actually has direct synergy with Hell Knights. I don't know if it's clear by Act 2, but Hell Knights, in a lot of ways, they look up to devils, and it's almost kind of what they're aspiring to be. So being a Hell Knight who becomes a devil is a natural fit, and there's some unique dialogues you get from Regil, who, if you're going to be a Hell Knight, you might as well have him in your party. You'll get unique dialogue from him if you are a devil, so I would definitely recommend that. Regardless of some of his missteps, I love the Pillars of Eternity world building. It genuinely feels like something different in Western RPGs. I'm patiently waiting for these Google alerts on anything related to Avowed. Same here. Same here, Michael. Glad you're able to make the stream. I hope you're having a good time. Yeah, the lack of information about Avowed is actually pretty disheartening. It makes me worried about how the development for this series is going. So, yeah, I would really, really love to hear that, hey, we're making real progress. We have a release date or anything that gives me confidence that this game is going to come out in 2023. Honestly, I started this whole Pillar series because I'm thinking, oh, Avowed will come out next year. That's a done deal. So let me go ahead and play these games and understand the lore before it comes out. Now, though, with all these game shows that have passed where Avowed didn't even show up, I'm not so sure that they're on steady ground. And we keep hearing about people who have ended up leaving development and changes being made. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Argo, what's going on, man? Glad you're able to make the stream. Can't stay tonight due to being too tired and having work tomorrow, but I hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic, sir, and I hope your Amazon shifts are going okay. I'm sure it's tiring as hell, but at the same time, you're making money, so can't complain about that. Whoa, Rob, any chance you'll make a romance or Ruchelate guide? Would like to see what it be if you take a demon or angel romance with her. Also, happy belated birthday. Thanks for the $10. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Thanks, Rob. I've actually no, I didn't make a romance guide. I did make a guide on how you corrupt her in your romance, though. And you can look at that to also see how you would successfully romance her. Basically, there's just this one thing that you do in order to corrupt her. As long as you don't do that, then you will successfully romance her. So I would definitely recommend you take a look at that guide, and then it will give you all the information that you need. SM Malu, glad you're able to make the stream. What's going on, man? Hey, Slandered, what do you think about the enhanced edition of Wrath? I thought it was not really worth the title of enhanced. Also, did you do the DLC survey? How serious do you think Alcat is about it? I also don't think it's worthy of enhanced. It does not feel like an enhanced edition at all. There are some nice changes, especially with how the pets show up in your tray down below, so I really like that. But no, it doesn't feel like an enhanced edition, which is why I haven't done any enhanced edition specific content. Like, part of that is because I was actually out of town the week that it came out. And so it had already been out for a week when I came back. So I was like, I'm not going to do any content for this. But just in general, it feels basically like the same game. So no, it doesn't feel like it's enhanced. I do think they're serious about the DLC survey. They want to be able to make 2 seasons of DLCs, and they're not going to be able to do that if the DLCs get the same kind of reception that they got for Inevitable Access. It seems like Treasures of the Midnight Isles was relatively well received. So I think they want to just kind of try to keep that train going. And what better way to do that than to just ask the audience directly, what do you guys want? So I think they are serious about it, but we'll see what they end up coming up with. Reading is fun. Yeah, but and I love voice acting the dialogue. So all that text isn't going to bother me. Siege of Dragonspear is okay. Worth at least one playthrough, I guess, but none to write home about, in my opinion. Okay. My first CRPGs was Neverwinter Nights 2, and whenever I tried to go back and play the older ones, I just bounced off. Yeah, I keep hearing that Neverwinter Nights 2 is something I should do. I do hope you eventually do. See, exactly. I hope you do Neverwinter Nights 2. Yeah, Amazon shifts have calmed down since last week for sure. Also, happy birthday. Thank you, Argo. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I've given up on the older stuff, so I won't be worried about spoilers. Be a good shot for me to see the best parts of the story. Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely gonna kind of flip back and forth between older games and newer games. So it's not all gonna be old stuff. Like I already told you all, I want to play Wasteland 3, which is probably what I'll do after Pillars of Eternity 2. But we're also going to play Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate 2. We're going to bounce back and forth depending on the mood. Reginald's probably my favorite character. Plus, the Hell Knight lore is interesting, so figure why not go all in? Absolutely agree. I love the Hell Knights. I love playing as a Hell Knight. And like I said, I feel like it was even better playing it as a devil. Oh, yeah, didn't think about the voice acting. You got that. Okay, so yeah. That's why I'm not worried about it. I don't care at all about playing games that are strictly text-based because I know I'll find a way to make it interesting for the audience, so no problem. Anyway, here's to finding our men soon. Onward. All right, we're good. Locate the forest from the vision. The War Black. We found an iron this time. The War Black trees out touch many of fiercest battles. Okay. So now where do I go though? That's not clear at all. It didn't tell me anything, but okay. Is it Northfield? Maybe, possibly, hopefully. Kind of, sort of, yeah.
The figurine. It's glowing.
The figurine is glowing. Excellent. Okay. We know here. I guess we just search around then. Boom, 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 boom. And here we go. Are you somewhere up here? Nope. Oh, wait. It's one of these stairs. The nest. What's that about? The nest? Oh, God dog it. That's the dragon's nest. I probably have to go back. Yeah, because she's not saying anything about, hey, it's over here now. So back down. So anyone else try to turn the damn screen after being able to do it in other games? I had to get used to it. That you can't mess around with the camera. I'm so used to Wrath of the Righteous that every time I do this again, I have to remind myself, hey, leave the screen alone. Whoa. Ooh. You come upon a clearing and see a group of Glanthotans standing in a circle. Sagani glances from the Adra statuette to the hunters, looking for a connection. Meanwhile, the hunters turn and notice you. Their bows are drawn. Take it easy. We're just looking for someone.
What business does an Estremor have with the Fangs?
They step aside and turn to you, and as they do, you see something on the ground behind them. Lying amidst the ferns is a white stag. Dark blood mars its brilliant coat, and its sides tremble with quick, shallow breaths. You feel a presence in the beast, something ancient and familiar, before you can speak. Something thumps to the ground. You look down and see the Adra bear, its bright glow flickering.
Auric's shadow.
Sagani draws up beside you, her wide eyes fixed on the dying stag. Haravias sniffs at the air, and a look of bewilderment spreads over his face. That white stag? A man's soul stirs within the poor creature. One of the hunters takes a step forward, and Sagani raises her bow, an arrow knocked.
Any closer, and you'll bleed out next to him.
Her voice is low and tremulous.
I never thought I'd prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life.
Finish this before it's too late. If you're going to do this, you've got to hurry. What, massacre them all? Not necessarily. Say nothing.
I was going to tell him about the years of abundance in Masuk. How his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes.
Tell him about his family. She kneels by the fallen stag. Placing her hand on its head, she begins speaking. She tells Prasak of the families his own children have raised, of his sons and daughters, who have become respected elders in their own right. She describes the hunts his granddaughters have led, the homes his grandsons have built, and the dozen great-grandchildren between the lot of them. The stag takes a final shuddering breath and falls still.
If you've finished your chanting, we need to get to work before the meat spoils.
Did your elders teach you even a mouse dropping's worth of decency? There will be other kills to dress and eat, but there will only be this one chance for Sagani to say her due respects.
Have you no respect? A great soul inhabited this body.
She takes the lusterless Adra figurine.
And it's gone now. What's left is our kill.
How can you show so little regard?
Coming from people who revere stones and long-dead Adra.
It's not just worshipping stones, you fool. It's about respect for what was built by those who came before you. Persock means to you what those long-dead Adra mean to us.
She slanders the builders.
Are you so quick to forget all I've done for the Fangs?
Very well. We leave you in peace then.
I'm watching the beta demon playthrough now. I really wanted to see that whole story. I think I remember you saying you liked it the best. Yeah, I've liked Demon the best, but Wolf Companion. What's this? Did I go in here? But I wasn't able. Right, I wasn't able to play through it all at that time. So it's my recent playthrough that I did when I started voice acting the story, where I realized, hey, this is the one that appeals the most to me. Yeah. Because Demon makes you feel so powerful by the end of it. Okay, I have been in here. Like there are other stories that are really cool, but oftentimes you kind of change things, but at the same time you feel like a cog in the wheel. Whereas with Demon, you take out so many you can take out so many major figures and gain control of their territories that it's just a totally different feel. Totally different feel. And I really, really enjoyed it. All right, her quest is finished. She's done. Right, like Boss Spade said, Demon is going to make you feel strong. I absolutely agree with that. All right, her quest finished. So now we go back to the Burial Isle. Then we do the Druid's quest. And then we are finished with all the base party member quests. We still have to do the White March quest.
Obvious.
Nice of you to say that. I was on the road alone for years, and I'm happy to have company for a change.
My part of the country has a saying about Orleans. Face of skin, let 'em in. Face of hair, best beware. But you're more like a skin-faced Orlan.
Are you fucking kidding me? Well, my tribe has a saying, head of brunette, they're all set. Head of blonde says everything wrong.
Wait, was that bad? I meant it as a compliment.
Crazy. I don't understand why they force you to take a boat to get there. Why can't I just get there like a regular map space like everybody else once I've already been there once? Weird. Games that I want to recommend you've already played. Check Elix, check Mass Effect, check Disco Elysium. I did notice you haven't done a Knights of the Republic playthrough. Any chance of seeing that on the channel? Absolutely. Knights of the Old Republic is one of my all-time favorite games, no doubt. So definitely we'll play that on the channel. It just might be a long time. Like I've got a long list of games that are kind of in front of them. I really want to... I really feel like this is a CRPG-centric channel. And so my main focus first is getting through as many classic CRPGs as I possibly can, because then that frees me up to focus a lot more on the new ones as well. And so that's going to be my first focus. But once that's all clear, then we can Hervia's quest ending. Then we can get more into, like, I want to play Knights of the Republic. I want to play the Fable games, you know, things of that nature. Games that are available on PC, but they're really more console focused. We already read this. He sizes you up with a grin, but his gaze quickly locks with her Hervias, and he tilts his head as he examines the Orlan head to toe. What do they call you, little one? You smell familiar, but your name is unknown to me. Been a pleasure. Now that I know you have a live stream, I will slap on notification buzzers. Happy birthday and have a great night. Thank you. Appreciate you doing that. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Looking forward to seeing a new one. Have a great night. CRPGs are coming out in the next year. It will be a flood. Yep, exactly. So I feel like this is actually a great time to be making a CRPG-centric channel. Like, what better time than right now? Absolutely. And that's also part of the reason why I said I can't see myself putting my channel in a position where we only play games from one company. Like, there's too much great stuff coming out next year for me to only play out Owlcat games, as much as I enjoy Owlcat games.
I am Heravius, child of the Fisher Crane, adept of the Hawk and Ivy, wanderer of Eretha. Too formal?
The man ahead of you clears his throat. A feline rumble comes from his chest, and for a moment his hair stands perfectly on end.
Herodias, fitting.
He holds out his right hand and flexes his fingers. Long black talons sprout from under filth-encrusted fingernails. He rolls his head back and inhales deeply, sighing with a smile at some perceived scent.
Needed to bring friends with you.
Remain silent, but watch them both. You allow your eyes to relax until your mind is attuned to the invisible hum of souls. The Amuar projects a dizzying display of red, gold, and orange autumn halos surround his massive form. Where his feet touch the ground, you see a network of roots and veins that trail from his feet and sink deep into the earth. Turning to Herodias, you see glowing roots emerge from his feet, appearing as mirror images to the tendrils radiating from Skaftin. These roots of soul energy meet between the two men and then snake deep into the earth in one twisted root. You sense that these men have distinct souls, but only one shared past. The two men are a splayed fork in an otherwise unbroken line. The two of you share the same past, though you carry distinct souls.
A shared past.
Skaftin scratches a patch of fur on his cheek.
An inelegant analogy. Who I was in my last life was diminished in my cycle of rebirth, squandered so that this runt could have a life.
Runt! Herodias' brow furrows and he clenches his fist so tightly you hear a cacophony of crackling finger joints. And it's not your soul, it's not exactly. His anger falters as he stumbles over his thoughts. Were you visited by the Autumn Stellagar?
Visited, tested, forged. That would be the way to view it.
Skaftin looks at Herodias with a sneer.
I previously thought it was a mark of distinction, but apparently even a half-height half-man can manage the task. Takes away some of the glory, does it not?
Half-man? Herodias glares back, his good eye twitching and his fur standing on end. That's some really tough talk, coming from a man about to choke on his own blood. What do you want with Herodias?
Same as he wants from me, no doubt. Completion.
He exhales slowly, eyeing Herodias as his nostrils flare.
Galawain gifted us both with the stripes of a true predator. It is our purpose to erase the weak, ensuring only the strong proliferate.
He mashes his fists together with a meaty thud.
We must honor our God.
He looks at Herodias' eye patch and shakes his head.
My God, by doing as the hound demands. Let us determine who bears the right to be Galawain's harbinger.
Herodias, is this what you want? Herodias growls, his fur bristles, and for a moment shines with luminescent tendrils of yellow and orange. I asked to be a hunter, a regular hunter that gets invited to chase down dinner and eat its neck. I didn't ask for this. Whale has led you to this moment for you to understand, not to whine. Herodias chuckles. A fair criticism. He runs his hand along the band of his eye patch, his finger stopping to trace the silver embroidery of whale that rests over his ruined eye. After a silent moment, his posture snaps to attention, and a smile comes over his face. Well, I'm glad we came. His tone is surprisingly upbeat. Galawain gave me a gift. My tribe doesn't agree with it. What's done is done. He looks at Skaftin and scratches his chin. And if erasing this soul cousin of mine is what I must do to be greater, well, I guess that's not any kind of greatness I'm seeking. Skaftin scowls, his gaze focused on Herodias.
And you think you could just walk away from me?
If Herodias has no need for quarrel, then neither do I.
Fools! I will feast on your organs.
Well, we tried. 100,000 sub Night Shadow Republic playthrough. Let's go. Hey, works for me. Absolutely, Stubbs. Absolutely. It's always best for the channel when the person creating the content is having a lot of fun. I absolutely agree, which is why I actually don't play games that I don't like. Like, I don't have the patience for that. I give Mortismal Gaming a lot of credit because he'll go in these reviews and talk about, I absolutely hated this game, or I got 100% in this game and it was an absolutely brutal process. And I'm like, There's no way I would be bothered. If I don't like it, if I like, I've played games since I've had the channel. I've played games where like I did an impression and I plan to do a review, but after a while I'm like, I'm having a terrible experience trying to play through this game. It's torture for me. I stop. It's just not that serious to me to go through playing a bunch of games that I'm not interested in. Please, please. There's no way. Yeah, that is why sometimes those creative partner programs don't work out. Turns gaming channels into news channels, and the creators stop having as much fun. You don't have to worry about that with me. If I see a bunch of rules about can't say this about the game, can't say that about the game, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need it. I want to be a voice actor. I would love to be a voice actor in a video game, but I'll find other ways to get to work. I'm not doing that. Not that it always goes that way, but an outcome worth being aware of. Absolutely. I appreciate the warning. I'll be checking it out. Chris, what's going on, man? Six Deuces, good to see you, brother. How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream. Marcel, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream, man. I'm doing well. How are you? Let's see. This guy, freeze you. The rest of these people. You. Crowns. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we should do Eder.
Your thoughts must go deeply.
Woo! Near death. Oh, yeah. Y'all getting brutalized. Here you go. Oh, she's available for the same thing. Let's double up. There you go. Knock him down. Knock him down. Knock him down. Yep. And you. Let's freeze you up. And it's all good. That's what I like to see. Haraveus pants and wheezes. His one good eye locked on Scapton's corpse. Blood and sweat drip down his fur, and he rocks back and forth on the balls of his feet, as though expecting the body to stand back up. How do you feel?
Amused, I suppose. Wild showed me that Galawain was answering my prayers. He made me the great hunter that I wished to be. The mauling wasn't a punishment, just a very, very hard test. And I think Wild showed me just now what I will become if I let this facet of my life be all-consuming.
Examine Scapton's corpse. As your eyes relax and your vision adjusts to the hum of the invisible, you see a swirling pile of red, orange, and yellow leaves. The cyclone of foliage flies apart, and the leaves drift off into parts unknown. As Scapton's essence fades from view, you see a handful of autumn leaves circle about Haraveus as his soul glows a bolder shade of orange. Are we done here?
Yes, I've had enough of Galawain's tests and trials. Even if I could best every other man that wears the Autumn Stelgar mantle, what's the point? My heart isn't in the hunt like it used to be. Which is almost a shame, since I'm a pretty amazing and modest hunter. But to answer your question, yes, I'm done here. Before the vultures get to him, figured I should take a reminder.
He walks to Scott and places his hand on his mouth and tugs with all tendons and cartilage rip and tear with wet grisly eruptions of blood until at last the mandible is torn free. Oof. That's it's kind of brutal.
Need something?
But okay.
Certainly.
We all have our own personal trophies. What's this? Trader's Merit. Ring of Deflection. We got another one. Okay, that's cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finished all the base party member quests. So now we go back. We switch back in Aloth and Palagina. We make a rest. And then Endless Paths. Let's get that finished up. And then once we finish up the Endless Paths, that's when we go. Before we go into the Endless Paths, let's go back and visit Raedric. I believe one of those little ex-minions mentioned that he's back from the dead, right? Can't have that. So we'll go back, get our party members, rest, do Raedric, then come back, finish up Endless Paths. I'm hoping I did enough of the Endless Paths when we originally went through it that we can go ahead and finish it all up today, hopefully. And then if we finish that up, we have the Mage Tower, which, if I remember correctly, it doesn't take a long time to get through, but it's crazy, crazy difficult. Like it's one of the most difficult areas in the game.
Lydia would need is another foreign colony.
Ooh, resolution. Interesting. All right, that. And then what's this other? Whispers of Yinwood. Oh, okay. And he doesn't have anything, as it should be. Excellent. You're gone, you're gone. You're in. Accept. Excellent. No level ups there. All right, now we're going to take a rest. I guess we'll do mechanics because I get sick and tired of old boy missing traps. All right. Oh, wait. Where am I going now? Undead Raedric. I'm a huge fan of CRPGs, but I just can't find the spark to play Pillars of Eternity. Do you have any suggestions for getting into it? Is it that you play it and you stop, like you can't get yourself to finish it, or that you have no you can't get yourself the desire to start playing it at all? Raedric Undead. I'm pretty sure he's like some sort of zombie dude now. What's your most anticipated game for 2023? I'm cautiously looking forward to Starfield, but Fallout 4 was doo-doo. Vampire the Masquerade looks like it is on ice, which sucks too. Yep. I have no confidence whatsoever that Vampire the Masquerade is coming out next year. I have no confidence whatsoever in Bethesda right now, so I'm not looking forward to Starfield. We'll play it. We'll do content for it. Not excited about it at all. So let's see. We're looking forward to Avowed, Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to play Starfield. There's Forspoken. Hopefully Rogue Trader will come out next year as well. I feel like there's at least one other game that I'm missing right now. But out of all those, I'd say probably Baldur's Gate 3 is the one that I'm looking forward to the most. It's the one that I feel most confident in that, hey, something's actually going to come of this. I can practically taste the sea salt on the air already. I want to be pumped for Starfield, but yeah, it might not hold up very well. I mean, it's clear that they keep using that same engine. To me, I'll believe that Bethesda has like really changed and they really turned things around when I see a whole new engine where their game visually looks up to par with all the other games that are coming out right now. I mean, let's be completely honest. Starfield looks like trash compared to Baldur's Gate 3. And I understand Baldur's Gate 3 is geared towards the PC, so it's going to look better anyway. But come on. It's not going to look that much better. It's not going to look that much better. So, no, as long as they stick with that same engine and try to just make little changes here, little changes there, I got no confidence in it. I just don't. Because gameplay, at this point, gameplay only gets you so far. Yes, you could put us in a sandbox. Yes, technically we could do anything. But if the worlds feel dead and if it's not visually vibrant, that's only going to do so much for me. So it's hard to get excited. Threed, what's going on? How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream, man. I just started a campaign and I get a little way into it, but I just stopped before starting another campaign a few weeks later. I mean, I would say that I think the story for Pillars of Eternity is absolutely fantastic, and it's worth you doing a full playthrough at least once. And so I think the really cool thing about it too is, unlike Wrath of the Righteous, I feel like Wrath of the Righteous, you can screw up your build and force yourself into a situation where you kind of do need to start over. Right? Where it's just, you're too far gone. You've sold all the items that you would really be helpful to you. And you might need to start over. But in Pillars of Eternity, like you could change your whole class, your whole build setup anytime you want to. So if you get bored with it, then I would just say, yo, do something different. Choose something different. Re-roll yourself and make yourself up in a completely different way. And hopefully that'll help keep the playthrough fresh. Even when you start to get bored or feel like, things are getting stale for you. As you approach the smiling woman at the side of the road, you are struck with a sense of unease. At this distance, you can see that her skin has a sickly, pallid sheen to it, and her eyes are the glassy milk white of a cadaver. Her expression sits oddly on her face, as if it requires great effort to maintain.
Good day to you.
Lord Raedric has been expecting you. The woman smiles a little wider. It is good that you have not refused his challenge. He feared you might prove a coward in the end. I will escort you to him, if you wish. What are you? A loyal servant, granted a boon for her good service. Like my lord, I will persist beyond the cycle and walk in eternity upon the earth. Seek answers from him directly, if you want them. Yes, take me to him. Good lord. One moment, please. There you go. Yeah, I know. It happens. Once in a blue moon it happens. Take care, Gwendolyn. Glad you're able to make the stream. Let's see. I just started a campaign. I get a little way into it, but I just stopped before starting another campaign a few weeks later. So yeah, definitely. Change up the builds. The story is definitely worth it. I will produce you for it. Thanks, Stub. Appreciate you reporting the bot. Reached the season finale of Monster Hearts, and it was nuts. What'd you do this time? When would you say the story in Pillars of Eternity takes off? When you reach the main city hub, I feel like that's when stuff really, really gets good. Especially you meet, by then you get more of the party members, and you get into the real meat of what's going on in the area. I feel like that's really, really, really when it gets interesting. There's also stuff with rap that just doesn't work. So, exactly. Exactly. I think a new engine for Bethesda would be a mistake unless they were able to import the mod tools from the current one. But just because you create a game with a different engine doesn't mean you also don't make it available for mods to be able to play with. Like, come on now, Bethesda don't make the only games that mods are able to update. Path of the Righteous has a ton of mods available to it. So I absolutely agree that whatever engine they go to has to be something where their mods can jump in and be able to work it. But I don't feel like that because of the mod community, they have a responsibility to stick with the same engine they've been using, because honestly, it makes their games look crappy in comparison. They just do. They don't look as good as they should. And it makes me feel like they're still up to their old ways, essentially. I disagree. Bethesda really needs a new engine. Like, yeah, exactly. Dude, but losing the mod tools wouldn't be worth it. I agree losing the mod tools wouldn't be worth it. So they need to choose another engine that allows them to keep the mod tools. Absolutely, I agree with that. No doubt. Come then. He waits for you there. She points up towards the topmost tower of the keep and leads the way over the drawbridge. So you know my werewolf not a werewolf anymore? The one that made a demonic pact, he uses demon magic to resurrect the ghosts. There's always searching ways to separate my demon pact maker from. I assume this is the right door to the temple. I never went over here. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, this is where he is. An armored figure strides forward. In place of its eyes, great flames burn, emanating heat and light. In that orange glow, you can see that the face beneath has succumbed to rot. The cheeks sunken, the lips pulled back over gray gums and decaying teeth. But it is unmistakably Raedric who stands before you.
Look well. See what you have made of me. But see too what great Bereth has permitted. I am returned, mind and soul, so that I might be avenged upon my enemies.
I've come to meet your challenge, Raedric. As I knew you would. You are no mewling coward. You and I know what it is to face one's enemies with open eyes and glad heart.
I have strangled the life from the usurper Kolsch with my own hands. So fell your champion, your great hope.
Was that creature to be your Thane? A man without resolve, without aim, a leech growing fat upon the veil, senseless to the ravages his vanity inflicted upon his people? Almost sounds as bad as the alternative. I will not allow
my lands to fall into ruin. I will cleanse the scattered god's poison from the blood of my people. I will scour his name from the Deerwood. Bereth has blessed me with its favor, and I will be its sword. There will be no more mercy for the heretic, the thief, the charlatan. All will meet with death.
I, too, have received the twin gods' favor. We are both champions of death. For a moment, Raedric hesitates, and then he raises his blade in salute. Then fight well. We will see which of Barath's champions proves the victor. Hopefully the next Elder Scrolls will be on a new engine like UE5. Something. As long as I absolutely agree it needs mod support. But come on. At some point. Stone Alchemist, glad you're able to make the stream. Hope you're doing all right. Bethesda has always been stuck in their ways, sadly. Exactly. And that's what I want to see change. Like, I'm not going to, my faith is not really going to be restored to them, in them more than likely, until we see that major change. The Dark Spirit made a pact with in the underworld, all three of the other main characters. Meanwhile, I was back on Earth. I don't know that they're doing this. So I'm like, hey, Dark Spirit over on Green. We had no idea what she turned out to, but she isn't a ghost anymore. The Reaper and the Mortal both left the library in a panic. The Reaper couldn't find her using his magic. What is going on in your playthrough? Can you be... Yeah, you could be frightened, so we're going to frighten you, bro. Why are you starting with dazzling lights? Like, what is the purpose of this? And you... Get to it. Oh, wait. Here, get to it. Good Lord. Boom, boom, boom. He's not doing... Wait, that's... Oh, she's charmed. That's why. Okay, fine. You're charmed. You're doing this, so nothing. That's not good. Getting absolutely obliterated right now.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Why is she doing that? Here, that. Why are you doing this? Good Lord. This. She's got no more of this. What am I? But enemies in the air take burn damage. Yep, let's do that. And then that's all she knows from there. That's fine. Why is he not doing this yet? What is the problem? There we go. Now you got the ability to resurrect, right? Spark of Righteous Souls. How do we... I swear he's got a resurrect option, right? Fallen Friends, a second chance. There we go. Vampire, Lord Raedric. Mastery. Here we go. Are you serious? Yeah. Come on now. I'm not even a major channel yet. Why am I getting bots? Like, I'm not big enough yet where I feel comfortable being like, yo, I'll put it on subscriber only or something like that. Hey, look who goes down. And we got a level up out of that? Ooh, everybody leveled up off of that, in fact. That is nice. What's this? He carries many scars. What's this about? 50% armor damage reduction when under 25% health. Well, well, well. We'll take all of that.
And the fire shows me something new.
The fire indeed shows me something new. Take that. Take that. And that's all she wrote. It is true, then, you have been graced with Barath's favor. The pale creature glances past you, a great champion of the Lord of Death, greater than he whom I served. After a moment, she drops to one knee. I would serve you loyally, my lord, if you would have me. What power I hold would be yours to command. Very well. Go to my stronghold at Cad Noah. The vampire rises, bowing neatly. Thank you, my lord. I will travel there at once. Are you going to escort me back? So you're not going to escort me back to the front? Good lord. I got to figure out my way back over there? Oh, that's going to be annoying as all hell. What's in here? I feel the same way about Starfield as I did about Cyberpunk. It won't live up to the maximum overhype that some people are pushing, but it ticks enough boxes for what appeals to me personally that I know. Yep. I will end up enjoying it even if it is a max. Toxic. Have a good night, man. Glad you're able to make the stream. All is well on your end. Stone. Yep. All's well on my end. I got absolutely no complaints. What do you have against Dazzle Lights? Baby, it likes pretty things. Lay off. What's going on, Daggett? How are you, man? And decided the best bet here. I'll read that about damn bots. I hate whoever invented bots. Yeah, they're annoying as hell. I'm trying to get used to them. I'm really enjoying the voice acted lines of CRPGs. Gives a nice oomph and weight to the scenes. Pillars of Eternity is really good voice acting from what I've seen so far. I absolutely agree. And I definitely agree that voice acting makes all the difference. They do a great job of it. No idea what she turned on, but she isn't a ghost anymore. The Reaper and the Mortal both left the Lyran. The Reaper couldn't tell by using his magic anymore. They decided the best bet was just to wait for her house, which she turned up to. Was there. She revealed that she was a vampire. She attacked the best friend, the Mortal. Then I used my demonic magic to figure out who else that killed the ghost in the first place. It was the son of which, and the. If you really pledge fealty, you're prepared to shofar. What's going on, Seabird? How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream. All right, I just came from there to Dungeon Crypts, to the Keep Chapel, to Keep Kitchen, to Upper Ramparts, to the Outer Bailey. I know that there's an exit at the Dungeon Crypt, so we'll go with that. They do a great job, but I do wish they were more consistent about which lines got voice acting and which don't. Yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of annoying here. If I remember correctly, it's not nearly as big of an issue as Pillars of Eternity 2. But in this game, the way... I was about to say, come on, don't do that to me. Whoa, I've got like 5 stronghold updates on the new report and under report. Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. To moat, to lower ramparts. Right, I think the moat is what allows me to get out. Not too bad. Happy birthday, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a nice day. Good to be here yet another year. The one thing I liked on Pillars of Eternity 1/2 was the health stamina system. It made the world feel more gritty. One of the things I never liked in RPGs was resurrection stuff. It makes death seem pointless. Yep, I can understand that. See that sometimes the epic moments are not voice acted and others like, come here, hero, we have some bread. Or voice acted strange. There's no consistency whatsoever to how Pillars of Eternity is voice acted. It drives me crazy sometimes. Drives me absolutely nuts. When it just at the end, downside is the mayor knows and I know, so I packed my bags, wrote a letter to my friends. Then the season ended. At the end, we introduced my new character.
Gelad.
Wow.
Well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.
Let's see. I'm not sure if I had it laid out what's supposed to happen at level 14. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Come on now, anytime. I think I'm reaching the limits of how many saves you're supposed to have in this game. I was probably a little too carefree with the saves towards the beginning. Okay, lore. I've got a lore 11. Do I need more lore than that? I don't think so. So I'm going to go with survival from here on out. Tactical meld. Plus 20 accuracy when attacking the same enemy as the target. Sure, I guess. Whatever. Let's see. What's going on here? Marksman. Dangerous implement. Bloody slaughter. Defensive. Did I pick a weapon focus yet? I can't remember. Hold on, let me check this real quick. Now I need to know what I've actually done. Superior deflection. So I haven't picked anything weapon related. And what's psychic backlash? Stunning an enemy whenever they target the cipher's will defense. You know what? I actually like that. Accuracy. -10 versus will. Yeah, how often will it actually hit? Nah, we're gonna go with... We could go with a weapon focus to increase my accuracy with my bow. Or increase my accuracy against distant enemies, many of whom are who I am facing. Interesting blows, penetrating shot. We're gonna pick a weapon focus. Warbow, is that what I want? Since I'm using a soulbound one, I think it doesn't really matter actually. So here we'll go with this. Done. I can appreciate the appeal, but I much prefer the Pillars of Eternity 2 style. I prefer each encounter to be its own thing rather than attrition dungeons. I can see the advantage of both. You know, I'm not necessarily particular. As long as it's done well. That's all that I ask. Make sure it's done well. Bonus knockdown. Rapid recovery. I don't need rapid recovery. He's barely losing health. Offensive. Let's see. Field triage. We could do wound binding. Or we could -20 unstoppable. Is this passive? Yeah. Bull's will. Could do that. Or what? You know, we'll do because he's almost never losing health. So what's the point of that? Venom strike, Marlin Gunner. No, none of that is what he actually needs. One-handed style, Beast Slayer. Oh, you know, we could give him Beast Slayer. I keep giving people beast-related stuff because in anticipation of that brutal dragon fight. So actually, yeah, we're going to go with Beast Slayer. That fight is just absolutely brutal. And I'm not looking forward to it at all. Survival, yep, survival. Let's do that. Ooh, Ringleader. And sure, psychic wait, no, actually, since you've got a gun. Yeah, and did we already get, what's it called? The one that allows you to, what's got a 20% reload speed. Arbalest and all firearms, plus 20% reload speed. Yeah, let's give you that. Dustin, take care. Have a great night. Yeah, I get why they changed it. Makes sense from a gameplay standpoint, but I like the old system from a lore standpoint. You feel like it fits in more with the Pillars of Eternity lore? Interesting. And Brilliant Radiance. This bonus first or second level spell. I don't use Radiance all that often, actually, so that really isn't all that much. I already got the one for fire, right? Yeah. He's usually not the person who ends up getting afflicted with something. So he's holding that. It doesn't matter what he chooses. Nah, Beast Slayer doesn't make sense for him. Not really, anyway. Oh, I could go up in this. No. God dug it. You know what? Here. Inspired Flame. What is that? Plus 10 accuracy with a sword or arquebus. So, no, they're not doing that. Modifies Holy Radiance. Plus 10 accuracy. Sure. You know what? Fine. Fine. Resurrection causing story question marks is a very good point. Man, don't even start on Tarinda Lev. I was hyped as hell when I saw the dragon form, and then she got smacked 10 seconds later. Would have been cool to see them fight a bit before failing. I think it was because her body was chopped up, and by the time you had access to resurrection, her soul was long gone. Yep. If I remember correctly from when I GM Pathfinder, certain enemies like Demon Lords can suppress resurrection effects on people they kill. Yikes. That is deeply unfortunate. Relax. Ooh, delayed fireball, but no. None of these are all that great, actually. As I recall. Death Ring is okay, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Bonus 4th level spell. Sure, why not? Done. And you should have more than enough athletics, so now it's about survival. Deep Faith, +2 deflections, +3 all defenses, except deflections. Wrath of 5 Suns, modifies sworn enemy. Yep, and then we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. It's like Dragon Ball when Krillin died again. Who really cared about it? It was like the 5th time. Yep. That's a fact. That's a fact. It became old hat. Is casting a resurrection spell any different from loan to save? I just find party member deaths in combat annoying because it means I have to start the fight again. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to start the fight again. Sometimes you just have to figure out how to adapt to not being able to use all of your party members. I mean, honestly, some of my favorite fights are when I lose a party member, but we still somehow are able to pull it out. Vampire, -3 prestige, but a +5 on security. Interesting. What does prestige give again? Hirelings, Lord Sidrock, miscellaneous. Okay. Endless paths. Let's do. Ooh, I'm up to 50 focus points right off the bat with my cipher. That is very nice. I don't remember what's available at 50, but I know it expands my options. We're in spoiler territory, though. I love how Team 4-Star did a Krillin getting owned account. 5. No, we didn't go lower than that. We went, okay. So the bottom is for us is 11. I don't remember how many. How long is this overall? Let's pass. POE. We did this. Level 11, we did this. I just want to see real quick. Okay, so there are 15 paths in total. So we're almost to the end. And I assume, hopefully, we should be at a high enough level where we can go ahead and finish this out. But we're going to find out. Let's see. Time to head out. Wife just asked when I'm going to bed since I have work tomorrow. I think that's my cue. Happy birthday again. Looking forward to the next stream. Thanks, Stubbs. Appreciate you being able to stop by. Hope you have a good night. Speaking from D&D, if you have a defiled body because of a lich or demon lord or something like that, you can put it under a sanctify spell, which tends to suppress the effect and true resurrection. Works on just about anything. Fat, squirming larva bob in this green liquid. Ooh. A group of robed figures blocks passage. Their heads bear a fearsome resemblance to those of the spiders that infest these caverns, their mandibles clacking in small, constant movements. In the dim light of the caverns, their round black eyes gleam like gems. They look up as you approach. You feel a peculiar, itchy sensation in your head, as if someone were running thin fingers through your thoughts. A muted sense of distress fills your mind, followed by a far louder screech of alarm from one of the robed creatures. As one, the creatures turn towards you and attack. Ooh. We can detonate, huh? Well, I think that's what we'll do. That is so uncool and so not good. These bastards just, they just dominated Eder, actually. They didn't even charm him. They dominated this dude. And now they are lighting us up. And now he's frenzied. The best keeps getting better. All right. And what's wrong with you? You're also dominated. Well, this is going to be rough. I can already tell. I can already tell what this is going to be like. Stop it. Ooh. But we are going to get plenty of Vithrak brains, though. There is that. I agree, which is why I disable party member deaths. The only way I'm going to struggle through a fight, instead of just reloading, is if the party member will get up after. Don't want to miss the story. Yeah, let me. Oh, wait a minute. Why is he up front? Why is grieving mother up front? Wait a minute. What's that about? There we go. Okay. Boom. Banana. Banana. Da-da-da. Da-da. Why are two people just standing around? Good Lord, y'all. Boom, boom, boom.
Surrounds me.
There we go. All right. Now things are going in the right direction. What is the deal here? Sure, we'll go up here. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes?
Why isn't she stepping up? Boom. Uh-huh.
Laying low.
There we go.
Certainly.
Kind of problem with D&D is there a counter to any type of death like true and wish can bring back people from everything. Gems. As far as I know, true res Doesn't, it's just limited to resin. It's expensive. Kind of the problem I had with Illustrious Silverhand was fighting in the R.A. Salvatore books. She's fighting orcs and she's level 28 and has a city. Pretty sure she's fine. Marcia, you got any settings you're dying to see made into a game? I wouldn't say I have any settings that I really want to see made into a game, but I definitely have places that I would love to see in game. Like, I just don't feel like there's nearly enough games that are based in Africa. It's kind of why I'm looking forward to the Black Panther game that's going to be coming out. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I feel like when it comes to real life settings, developers kind of just keep reusing the same places over and over again. And so I'm a guy who I love experiencing different cultures. You know, I like games that have kind of real world settings where they pull in different kinds of culture and you get to see something different from the way you would usually live or what you would usually see. And so I would say more so I'm focused on that. This looks like it's the final area. Okay. We'll wait a little bit before going there. So yeah, just about anywhere in Africa, I feel like it's just not a well explored area. And then like Chinese and Japanese culture, I feel like is another one where there are other mediums like movies where I feel like it's well explored, but I don't feel like it's well explored in video games, which is part of the reason I think why that what's it called?
Yes?
Sifu game where you basically play as a martial artist, why that did so well, because it was something different from what people are used to seeing. And so just more of that. I'm more so about, I don't have like particular settings of that I want to see made into games, but it's just I want to see things that I haven't seen before. I'm tired of feeling like the same kind of games get repeated over and over and over again. Hensler, what's going on? How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream, man. You should tell Outcat that acceptance into that partner program would make the perfect birthday gift. You know, I would do that, except to be honest with you, I'm not completely certain that I'll take it, even if it's offered. Like, I have to see what are the rules that are going to be involved in it, because I'm absolutely not putting myself in a position where I can't say anything. I can't review their games honestly, and they've got a whole bunch of rules about what I can and cannot say. Like, I'm not doing that. There's just no way. I'm not going to let it negatively impact my content and what we have going on here. So the idea of it is nice. I would definitely love the opportunity to do some voice acting and collaborate with them more, but you know, we've got to look at the fine print. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
And the fire shows me something new.
Sorry, I got distracted. Happy birthday, man. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. Godzilla, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream. I agree. It's not that fantasy is played out exactly, but it's done 1,000,000 times. Let's see some Zulu empires or Aztec or Mongols even. They could do magic too, no problem. Exactly. Let's pull in some things that really haven't been done over and over again. Like, yeah, we've had some amazing properties done regarding Greek mythology, but at this point, I feel like I've seen it 1,000 different times. You know, and it gets old. It gets old. Like, honestly, when they when I saw the advertisement for not the Assassin's Creed game coming out now, but the one that was coming out before, I was honestly a little disappointed. I'm like, really? You're going that route with what is it, Zeus and all the rest of them? I'm like, we've seen this. We've seen this. This isn't anything new. But it looks like the next one's going to be set in Japan. That's something I'm really, really looking forward to. I'm actually a big Assassin's Creed fan, even though, you know, honestly, Ubisoft has had a lot of unfortunate things going on with their games right now, to the point where I felt like I couldn't really support them. So it'll be interesting to see how I feel about it by the time that game is about to come out.
Laying low.
Whether or not they've made any changes. Ooh, I forgot that I was still missing a part of the Blade of the Endless Paths. So what do I do with this? I will need to find a skilled smith to reinforce this weapon for me before I can wield it. Do I know any skilled smiths? I don't feel like I do. Who can? Oh, I guess I could go to the one for the Crucible Knights. We can go to the Crucible Knights. Okay. I think Japanese culture is pretty well explored in video games. These remains are old and brittle, and the scattered fragments along the cavern floor suggest they were dragged here.
Certainly.
I wouldn't agree with that, to be honest with you. I feel like there are a lot of Japanese developers who make video games, but I don't think they're actually exploring Japanese culture. You know, like I don't feel like the Final Fantasy games are really exploring Japanese culture. You know, like sure, it may be made by a development team who is not American, but I don't consider that to be the same thing. But maybe I'm just not playing enough games. Ooh, a diamond. And something new. What? Ooh, gauntlet there. Well, the only game set in Africa I can specifically think of is Resident Evil 5, and that has a whole set of problems. Yeah, it's not a particularly good representation of Africa, so I wouldn't even count it. Voice acting would be neat. You could play an Inquisitor in a new Rogue Trader game, then pull out your gravelly monster voice when he falls to chaos. I'd love that. I don't even know the Lord yet, and I already know that I would love that. So absolutely. If they'll let me, I'll absolutely do it. Honestly, I think that's why they don't do it, Demas. It's really easy to screw that up when you don't get the culture. Kind of doubt you could be an Inquisitor. It's kind of redundant. Yeah. Yeah, Damas said exactly what I was about to say. I don't feel like they were even trying. I absolutely agree with you that it is something that's easy to screw up. But honestly, I feel like any of these cultures are easy to screw up. I mean, look at all the hate God of War developers got when it was revealed that Thor was fat, even though that's consistent with the actual lore. There are a ton of people who are like, this is pandering and you're just trying to make fat people feel better? Like, bro. So I think no matter what culture you're going with, you're going to put yourself in a position where you'll be exposed to criticism and you're taking a chance, you're taking a risk. But at the end of the day, I'm just tired of seeing the same cultures revisited over and over and over again. It's getting old. It's getting old and it's getting dry. I want to feel like I'm playing something new. You feel a scratching sensation in your head, followed by a sudden high-pitched ringing. Scattered images flash within your mind's eye. You see a massive net set against a cavern wall, stretching up into the darkness. A vast network of webs, somewhere far beneath the surface. You see, too, the sentries you have recently slain, their bodies lying crumpled on the cavern floor. No, it wasn't, but it wasn't one way or the other, really. Resident Evil never was trying. Exactly. Far Cry 2 was set in Africa. Interesting. Did I play Far Cry 2? I don't think I did. So how'd you so do you feel like they did a good job of presenting that setting? Or do you feel like because I don't really go to Far Cry for culture. So how actually was that representation in the game? When the images fade, you see another of the spider-faced creatures standing before you. It raises its clawed hands. You feel another twinge inside your skull, and then words emerge within your mind in a voice wholly alien to your thoughts. Orc, Devad Na Rat Avrak Not. The creature pauses, its fangs twitching. Galdina Falsta, Angrindea? Intellect. Do you know any Adaran? The creature makes a strange, chittering noise. In your head, you hear a dear tongue. Many turns of wheels since last given thought. Animal is trespassing. Nestor here. Risk much in defending. Protectors are dead. Animal is sated. Animal listens now. The creature makes a clacking sound. Not fighting? I'll listen. There's no need for more fighting. Yes, animal is not needing to fight. The creature spreads its arms. Vithrak greets you. Welcome to Nest. Animal is keeping peace. Tell me about the Vithrak. The Vithrak looks at you for a moment, then down at itself. Back. What is Amua animal? Vithrak people see what others do not. See light inside dull shell. It points at you. See great and burning light. Vithrak speak without voices and in many, hundreds of souls in great city. Stravik Nareth is colony, a great journey.
Animal would walk a long time to reach it. What are you doing here? Vithrak searching, seeking knowledge for home, for colony. Svarax Nareth, far away, long time we have searched. We grew sick with memory of home, made nest, made new home, and found what we seek. Master of this place, the Vithrak gestures at the walls around you, Gruadra, not cutting, breaking, growing, shaping. If Vithrak could find secret, making great works, statue, machines. Vithrak could weave silk and Adra both. Our nest becomes stronger. Colony becomes stronger. All of us weaving great works. You feel a sudden melancholy from the Vithrak. We are close, finding machines, crystals, but finding Adra men too in place below. Have lost many, too many. It regards you with sudden interest. Amwa animal is strong, defeated other animals, killed guards, can help Vithrak. What exactly are you looking for? Things for study, things of Adra, all in the ruins below. Must see how Adnua makes Adra men. Adra shells, yes? Animal does not need to kill Adra men, just needs shell. Also needing part from machine, part like a heart of the machine, Adra and shining metal. The Vithrak thinks for a moment. Last piece is Adra. Not the Adra from walls. It's different, pure, hard to find. Charek is hoping that there is some below. If Amo Animal brings these things, Vithrak owe Animal great debt. Will help colony, help us, can go home after so long waiting. For this great thing, Charek would reward Animal. I'll go see what I can find. Actually, I think about it. In the meantime, I had other questions. The Vithrak only inclines its head slightly as if to motion you on. What languages were you speaking before? The Vithrak makes a chittering sound and does not answer. Do you know anything about the master of this place, Ad Nur? The Vithrak runs a talon along one of his veins, thinking. Eret Narak, Ad Nur. Name bleeds through walls, but Vithrak do not know face, voice. Vithrak see great works, see statue, yes? Master of many things, master of Adra, of many voices, trapped in stone. The Vithrak points back towards the rest of the caverns, of things below. Much to admire. I'll be on my way. The creature stares at you unblinkingly for a few long moments. Good, you hear. Then Vithrak wish swift journey. It takes a step back, and the ringing in your head fades. Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Freely take, freely take. A small spider huddles in the back of this nest. It hisses. 8 glittering eyes look out at you. And looks like that's it. All right, and I think the way down's over there. Prince of Persia franchise can make a good CRPG, I bet. I used to love the Prince of Persia series. Definitely was a big fan. It was not that good, to be honest. That's what I figured. Yeah, Far Cry being the ones to explain culture? Nah, I doubt it. The Persona games for modern Japanese culture were more what I was thinking about. Then you have stuff like Nua, Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, Okami. See, I haven't played all those, so maybe you're right that there are a lot of games that showcase Japanese culture, but I just haven't gotten to them yet. People keep telling me about the Persona games, so I definitely plan to check those out. I don't know. I feel like a lot of Japanese games are not set in Japan, but the cultural aspects of it are there. Also, Yakuza, now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, I got to fit about Yakuza. Yakuza is definitely a great point. Definitely a great call out. No karaoke machines in American bars. Also, games like Lost Odyssey is super Japanese, and Asura's Wrath is super Hindu. Nice. So maybe I just need to play more games, which luckily this channel will allow me the opportunity to do. Ajik, Kalathar, Na, Amua, Adervasti. The creature makes a peculiar clacking sound before its voice speaks in your mind once more. I name it Trespasser, Killer, Lingerer in the bright places. Where is it going? Perception. You speak a little better than your leader. It insults us. I will tear the memory of this place from its... It speaks to our leader?
It visits the nest? You feel an echo of the Vithrak's alarm in your head. To what purpose? Your leader asks us to collect some Adra samples to help the colony. Charek asks this? The Vithrak hisses quietly. Of this? You feel a muted wave of thwarted anger. Go then. The Adra men will crush it like a squirming hare, and Charek will send us once more. If you say so, buddy. So glad we had this wonderful conversation. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about Ghost of Tsushima. Unfortunately, I don't have a PS4 or 5, so I have not played that game yet, but definitely heard great things. So whenever I finally do buy a PlayStation, that's definitely one of the first games I plan to play. As far as I know, it's not available on the PC, right? Or is it?
Something over there.
Come on, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Ghost of Tsushima was praised for Japan cultural accuracy. It won a national award for it, for something, I think. Interesting.
That's settled.
So it should definitely provide a good representation when I'm finally able to play it. Definitely looking forward to that. I love the vigor. It's coming to PC sometime. Really? Okay, whenever it comes to PC, I'm definitely going to play it. Ooh. Troll? Oh, Animat. Okay.
Oh?
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go.
If secrets whisper here, I
Whoa.
shall listen for them.
Spears showing up. What's up with that? Ooh. Yeah, he couldn't handle that. And now it's a wrap. Excellent.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, this is the last part of this. I bought on my housemate's PS5, but maybe I'll get it on PC and I'll actually finish it one day. Is it a long game? I think I actually saw Ghost of Tsushima on my GLG library. Yeah, I wanted it on PC since I could not stand the 30 frames per second. To be fair, you can make the case there's a game out there for anything if you look hard enough. This is true. This is true. Just about. Just about. What are you doing, girl? Why is she just standing around so many times? Oh, defend self? I definitely did not select defend self. I definitely never, ever selected that. He's about to be done for, so yeah. Okay. And there we go. Woo! Thwip!
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Certainly.
These strange mechanisms have cracks in several places, and some components appear to have been dismantled. There's no clear means of activating them. True, but only some cultures get represented in the big AAA games. Exactly, and that's my concern. Can we get a little more variety in the games that get the big bucks? That's what I'm asking for.
Something over the...
And back.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Excellent. He's got that. The master's tools, okay. All right. Looks like we got through a nice little portion of this. It's about 25 hours or so, depending on your play style. Okay, cool. Spirit. I'm supposed to be talking to the spirit? Yes, apparently so. Okay? The spirit stands stiffly at attention, her gaze focused on the end of the hallway. One arm bears up her heavy round shield, though the rippling blur of soul energy obscures what lies upon it. Speak in Gwithin. Hello? Her head turns a little. They've passed the blight forges. If the overseers live, we may stop them yet in the chambers beneath. She snorts. If Gaboris and his pack of scheming wizards haven't betrayed us. The mob may be on us soon. Better to make peace with whatever God will have you. She pauses, looking at you. Are you afraid? Afraid of what? Indeed. What's the fear at all? She looks away from you. Our own people turn against us. What remains if we are victorious? Who will feed the machines then? I do not fear the battle. I fear what will become of our Lord once we are victorious. What further madness the children of the wheel would pour into his ears. Perhaps he would stop once his son is returned to him. But will they let him? Children of the wheel? While old Na contents himself with his Titan, they dig after the very heart of heaven. She gives a sour laugh. Madness, all of it. And yet old Noah holds them close at his side. None of this would have happened if not for them. They have driven our great Lord from grief and into madness, pushed him into these deeds. She pauses. He was a great king. Perhaps he will be again. Come, we'll rally the defense at the steps, funnel them into our blades. With the Animats beside us, they won't stand a... The spirit gasps, wordlessly, mouth agape. She gropes for something at her back, unseen, and takes a listing step sideways away from you. Her eyes, wide, gaze into yours. You, Trey. Her leg buckles, and as she falls, the misty lights which form her shape thin and scatter. Interesting. Yeah, but I kind of stopped getting AAA games. It's hard to make games that are risky when 125 million is on the line, so they just don't.
They shall see nothing.
And
while
that's pretty
I
much
see
what it comes down
much.
to. Actually, Titan's Quest branched off into Egypt and did a good job with it. Really? That's surprising. The only reason I never finished Ghost of Tsushima was that I kept getting interrupted, not because it's super long. Oh, okay. Got you. And like I said, Asura's Wrath was a AAA epic, and that's Hindu, but it didn't do well, sadly, which sucks because that story was amazing. And stupid, but amazing. Interesting. I don't think I remember Asura's Wrath. That was the one where you're like a creature fighting like these giant mountain type enemies, right? Ancient Egyptian stuff does get a decent amount of representation. A lot of it's because of the overlap with Greece due to the Ptolemaic dynasty and the obsession the colonial Brits had with it. I thoroughly enjoy the old Pillars of not Pillars of Eternity, the old Prince of Persia games. I really, really enjoyed those. Had a great time with them. This looks like the last area I'm supposed to go with, so we'll switch over here first. There we go. Dunno. What is your problem, bro? What is going? I never put these people as defend self. I don't understand why they defend self. And you know what? If you're going to lose low-level abilities, what's the point of having you do crowd control? Damage. And you. Aggressive. You. What's the deal? Hold ground. Yeah, I'm good with hold ground. Aggressive. You. Damage. Aggressive. You. Aggressive. Support. All right. Thank you. These people at least pretend like they got some sense. Boom, boom. Eder, come all the way back here.
That's not very helpful.
There we go. Okay, fine. Oh, that's Durance that I just clicked on. Aha, that's the problem. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Sure, it's Wrath is sick indeed. Ghost of Tsushima is an ADHD simulator. Follow that bird. I actually don't know very much about the gameplay. Like, as much buzz as it's gotten, I haven't actually watched like a long gameplay video of it yet. So I know there's a bird that you can kind of follow around for certain quest markers or whatever, but that's about it. Come, help me here. The spirit holds his hands just above the shattered machine, poised as if to pull on some unseen component. Brace there, and we will be rid of this one. Each word seems to resolve itself in your mind an instant after it's spoken, as you recall the Ingwithan tongue. He waits a moment, evidently for someone to take up position. Pull hard now. There. He sags back, wiping his brow. These machines. To think how many souls have felt their touch, and how many of those willing, I wonder. You're breaking the machines? And you'll go faster if we knew what enchantments were upon them. They might as easily be activated as destroyed. He grins a little. Don't worry, I knew what I was doing. Come, they've already started sealing the upper floors. We'll be the last out at this rate. Dorius means to work some spell upon that door. Use Adnua's servants against them. Door? There must be 100 souls affixed to that stone. A punishment, no doubt. Perhaps they'll be pleased, knowing that Adnua goes wailing to the afterlife. What kind of spell? He cannot unmake the door entirely, but he can change its purpose. The oath, you see. If Adnua's servants are pledged to a defense, then we shall pledge ourselves to his destruction. The man gives you a fierce grin, turning away, and from one step to another he has faded, only to appear once more beside the machine. Let's see. So I wonder if there's a puzzle associated with that door that I'm going to have to figure out. One is... Oh, okay, this is the other side of the door. And we've done all that stuff, so this should be it. Do this and then get through and done with the door. Excellent. And you, I'll go ahead and freeze you. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Moe. What in the hell is Olive doing?
Laying low.
Certainly.
What is going on here? Wow, this passage leads up to another passage, okay? And a bunch of very, very creepy voices. Get on down. I thought I saw something come from over there. These enemies are really spread out, huh? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do Eder. There we go. Yep. No problem. And you. Shame Ubisoft are unlikely to make another Prince of Persia game. Why do you say they're unlikely to make another one? Right was the one you play as the angry white-haired guy that solves problems by punching. Also, you blow up the earth like 3 times still there. It's so darn stupid, but so cool. That's awesome. Persian Arab stories, folk tales could have a lot of cool stuff turned into a game setting. Jinn instead of dragons. 1001 Arabian Nights and such. Yep. Yeah, they screwed up on the last Prince game bad. Sucks because it looks so good. Right? They were like, it was like a Prince game where they were going to make it but didn't, right?
Keeping an eye out.
Like something happened with the development. These birds you follow around to quest. There's also smoke billowing high into the sky that you can follow. Random NPCs that need rescuing. Okay. We're not going to rest just yet. And just freaking leaves everywhere. I'm surprised my man Jin didn't suffocate on one. That's awesome. Well, Ubisoft are bringing Jinns into Assassin's Creed Mirage, but as an Arab, I don't got much hope in them. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how this works out. Or better, top 5 list. Hey, yo, nice to catch a stream. Isaac, what's going on? How are you, man? Glad you're able to catch the stream. Let's get stream. You and Mortizium are my favorite guys to watch regarding CRPGs. Bigs ups to you and congrats on bettering your health, my man. Thank you. Really appreciate it, man. With Mortizium, I'm in good company, so I appreciate it. Glad you've been enjoying the channel, dude. Ghost of Tsushima just nails the atmosphere at every level. Interesting. Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. Just like Bethesda, they're just stuck in their ways. Ectopsychic Echo is so broken. Yeah, like for a level 3 Cypher spell, for me to still be using this at this late stage, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yo, Savvy, what's going on, man? How are you? Glad you're able to make the stream. Yo, another man of culture, recognizing the man Mortizium and the legislator. Appreciate you, man. Glad you've been enjoying the channel. This hazy figure is tall and heavily built, and its shifting and distinct face is turned toward the floor, as if it were deep in thought. You hear a faint murmuring and the rolling cadence of prayer. From time to time, the spirit seems to sway in place. As you approach, the spirit raises his voice, and you recognize the familiar sounds of the Ingwithan tongue. And no more shall souls splinter upon the wheel. Hear me, great Father. I am pledged against your foes, and the greatest of these is dead. Hello? The spirit turns its face toward you in a swift motion. For a moment, its features blur, and then resolve into what appears to be a man's visage, its eyes fixed upon you. You are late. Late for what? The spirit turns its face away. They will be here soon, to cast us down, to unmake our work. It is nearly too late. Our work? He nods. If they knew, perhaps they would understand. If they heard the sisters speak, in foreign lands they leave their madmen to suffer alone, or else cast these same out from their sight. Meanwhile, we have carved ourselves like smooth stones, polished the virtues within us, while flensing away the weakness. Is that not just? Is that not kinder than anything that came before? He shifts, standing straighter. Are you ready? He raises his hand, and you think you see the glint of metal, though a second glance reveals nothing. They have placed your crest upon the Animat, alongside my own. The Animats? You're going to sacrifice yourself? He shakes his head. Those of faith remain, and we are the children of the wheel. Death is not for us. Leave. The spirit's gaze slides away from you as you depart. Even as you move away, he reaches out an arm from someone else, smiling. Creepy. What do you think of games like Scorn or Returnal?
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Scorn, I believe, is a horror game, right? I am not entertained by being afraid, so typically I do not play horror games, even though I keep hearing a lot about Scorn, which might make me play it. or Metroid. I guess Alien Games is what I'm asking. I love science fiction, so I played through all of Mass Effect. Absolutely loved it. It's part of the reason why I'm playing Starfield, even though I don't have much faith in Bethesda. I love science fiction, and I love the idea of being able to visit alien worlds. So all about that. I didn't play No Man's Sky because I felt like it would be it seemed like it was going to be very MMO like, and it didn't seem like it had a real story with a beginning, middle, and end. And so all of that was a turnoff for me. But otherwise, if you got a game that's science fiction based with aliens in it, I'm 100% in. It's part of the reason why I'm looking forward to Rogue Trader so much. Just got off work an hour ago, so nice to catch a stream. Enchanter is my favorite class to play in Pillars of Eternity. I wonder how they're going to do that class in Avowed. I can't wait. The lore is amazing. Absolutely. Pillars of Eternity lore is absolutely fantastic. I'm personally partial to Cypher, but Chanter is definitely a great option as well. And I'm looking forward absolutely to seeing what they do with the classes that we can play in this game and how they're going to use them in Avowed. We really haven't heard anything about Avowed, so I'm looking forward to whatever information we can get. And oh, so he's been using the crap out of his spells. All right, well, I'll let that go. You know, we haven't used confusion in a while. Let's go ahead and pull that out. There we go. Ooh, a bunch of us are that happened just in time, actually. Nice. And Eder. Eder. Come around. No. Come around. And that too. Whatever. Also, have you ever thought of doing Disco Elysium, or have you already and I missed it? I did not play Disco Elysium live for the stream. I might still do that because I feel like it's such an amazing, unique game that it might be worth that. Why do I feel like also have I completely bypassed the door? I might have to circle back around to the door. Adra has grown into the crevices of these weathered shells like fungus, pushing past stone and copper. Yeah, I feel like Disco Elysium is such a unique experience, such an awesome experience that a lot of people might have missed, that it might still be worth going ahead and doing a stream playthrough of it. But if so, that probably wouldn't be something I do until next year. There's some other games that I want to get to first. But I did play it, and I did actually put out a review for it on the channel. Scorn has some strange fetishes in it. He's got a few disco videos. Good game. Yep. Like Godzilla said, I definitely played it, and I put up a couple of videos. We do need another Alien Isolation. Heard good things about that game, never played it. Avowed, Blood Mages, first person. Yes. We're not really talking about alien the sci-fi term. I mean alien world, like you're in some otherworldly locale, like Scorn. Everything is made out of people or eternal. Space-time is all messed up. I'm all good with those type of games. My only thing is, one of the things I love most in games is being able to interact with other people. So I don't like games where you're kind of set in this distant, strange place and you can't really directly speak with anybody or directly interact with anyone. You're kind of just experiencing the world. A lot of times that just kind of feels like a very lonely experience for me, and I don't enjoy it. But when you're set in this strange, mysterious place and you're able to interact with a bunch of strange denizens who you're unfamiliar with, that works for me, and that's very cool. So kind of all just depends. A hazy form stands before you. From time to time, the blurring features resolve into what you take to be an elven man. I can't do this anymore. How am I going to explain? How can we possibly give him what he wants? The spirit speaks in quick, hushed bursts of Ngwithin and shakes his head as if to answer his own questions. He was going to kill me. He's killed so many. Why should he stop here? Who are you? He has brought so many people down here. I hear such terrible things from the upper floors. Even here, these constructs. I cannot sleep. His voice lowers. I think sometimes that I will wake and find myself inside one of the animats. Will I even know? Will it not be like waking one day to find myself blind and mute? What does he want?
The figure paces a few steps, raising his hands to his temples. What we cannot give him. Even after all this time, there is so much we do not know. He wants his son, the boy he knew, whole and preserved, returned to him. But people, souls, they don't always remember. Who's to say his son will remember being his son at all? Remember his father's face? I have seen mothers forget their children. What are you doing here? I'm hiding. I passed by one of the machines and I couldn't breathe. I'm thinking about the work we've done, the things we've done, how even small deeds can scar the soul. Is mine so ragged? Will Ad-Nua's son be grateful when we have torn him from his rest? How could you do all this? I didn't think it would go so far. I didn't know. Ad-Nua is our liege lord. How can I refuse him? He looks up startled, looking past you. No, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm only frightened. I'm sorry. Don't tell anyone, please. Are you still loyal to Ad-Nua? Of course. I'm a devoted servant. His voice goes high with terror. I didn't mean, please. I never meant that I would ever renounce my oaths. Do you know the way past the speaking door? I know the oath, of course. We speak it every day. I am servant to Ad-Nua. My sword arm is pledged against his enemies. My soul is sworn to his purpose. The spirit seems to curl in on himself. Sworn. Never really got that feeling in Mass Effect until the Leviathan DLC. Yep, the Leviathan DLC is a great example of that, where you're basically dropped into the sea. Why? Why can't I do anything with that door? It's clearly not a real door. And yet it won't. Okay, maybe I have to open this door first. Let's see. There's some good stream integration tools with Disco Elysium. Chat can discuss, pick dialogue options, paths, etc. Do those stream? But see, I feel like a lot of those stream integration tools, they work with Twitch, but not with YouTube, right? I don't know if I could do that stuff with YouTube. Yeah, that's fair enough. I can get not wanting to be in a weird mutated corpse factory alone for 12 hours. Really need people to talk to in the corpse factory, or at least a teddy bear. Oh, exactly. Oh, crap. I must have missed it. Dang, I usually don't sit through vids, but once the stream is, I'll be sure to check them out. I listen to your videos a lot during my long night shifts at my warehouse job. Awesome. Awesome. Glad you've been enjoying it. Just want to say thanks for keeping me entertained. And when I'm able to, I'll be sure to donate. Inflation is killing me and my fam. About to go rob a gas station and only steal the gas. No, I absolutely agree with you, man. I'm on the same deal. In fact, that's part of the reason why I started the channel, right? To be able to have another income stream and to hopefully maybe be able to do this full time. So I 100% understand that feeling. I appreciate your support. What is up with this door? A large, ornate, and Gwithan door stands before you. To either side rest large crystals glowing with a faint light. You feel a peculiar change in the air, as if some presence were nearby, yet there is nobody to be seen. You hear a whisper emerging as from thin air, from the general direction of the door. It grows in both volume and number, many voices speaking quietly. In moments, it becomes a chaotic hiss of voices, each vying to be heard. But as you listen, the voices begin to settle into a cadence and then into words, a phrase spoken by many at once. Beneath stone and weight of years rests one who would slay death. Who comes to wake him? I am servant to Ad-Nua. My sword arm is pledged against his enemies. My soul is sworn to his purpose. You feel a peculiar chill in the air, and the voices grow sharp and terse. Here pass no traitors. You are struck by a sudden, lashing arc of energy from the door. It is a sharp, piercing pain, but after a few moments, only the memory of it lingers. The voices quiet and fade, leaving you alone. And yep, I'm fatigued. Great. Did I screw that up? I am enemy to Ad-Nua. My sword arm is pledged against his followers. My soul is sworn to this purpose. The voices seem to draw in breath. You hear the rumble of stone. And the door slides open.
The crystals to either side of it dim, and with the light go the voices, fading first into murmuring whispers and then silence. The path is clear.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Man, some 40k weapons suck. Hey, maybe in Rogue Trader you can get a Xenos war crime weapon in game to use. I'm looking forward to seeing what the weapons are going to be like. You deserve it. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What is going on? Guardian of Adnoa. Okay. I'll give you a beat down you properly deserve. Ooh, a dragon. You need a pause. You that. Oh, there's resurrection. Whoops. You. Oh, wait, whoops. Take burn that. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da. Woo! Look at the way that just wiped them all out. Wipe them all out. Just delicious. Just absolutely delicious. And this is 30, so you know we'll just freeze you up. And there we go.
I'd welcome some rest.
Oh, that must have been my character saying that. I was like, wait, what? Edge of Reason. We have all the weapons we need. Thank you, though. All right, that's the way out.
Now this I haven't seen before.
I don't know what belt that was. I have to check that out. Okay, now, before we move on, two things. One, search the ruins. One of the ancient machine. I found the peanut artisan and given the event. I've asked me acquired 3 items. So I found the armor. I have found the strange mechanism. But a refined Adra crystal I have not found. So maybe I need to go further down? Perhaps. But let me also check over here one more time just to be absolutely sure this wall still hasn't lifted, because it's really weird to me that it's just sitting there when it's obviously fake. They have a gauntlet that kills people. Be giving them explosive skin cancer because Dark Eder. Wow. I wonder if you get to choose a Primarch bloodline or if they will even do classes and races at all. So odd to me. This clearly looks fake. But you know what? Whatever. We're not going to worry about it. We will continue on. Being a blood angel would be incredible. Dark Outer Man, the Red Thirst. I kind of doubt they would do races or let you be a space marine. You seem to have to be a rogue trader, and that excludes being an alien or a Astartes, but who knows? That's the only thing I'm not looking forward to. I'm honestly not a fan of games that force you to be human. I love games where you could be different races, or even better, as like Dragon Age Origins, where the race you choose actually decides something about your beginning. Like, I really, really like that. Ooh, Master Staircase, okay. Well, this looks like a place where I would get an Ardra Crystal. Sounds good. And I've got to mess with that before I can get further beyond.
Something over there.
That also sounds good. Okay. What if it's like a free flow class system where how you play determines your skill leveling? Like in Skyrim? That could sometimes be cool. I wouldn't mind that. Says Marines and Xenos will be party members at most. I doubt they even let you choose a human, but they'll surely have a companion. Mega D, what's going on? Glad you're able to make the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Or build choices. Yeah, see, I don't know about the lore yet. I don't know about how the classes break down in 4K, so I can't comment. But all I can say is I'm looking forward to seeing what Owlcat does, and I'll be definitely checking out other 40K games. The shade emerges like a wound in the world, split open to reveal a hollow darkness. Beneath a writhing crown of shadow lies a gleaming mask, bearing the visage of an older man. The silver face turns towards you, features cold and still. From within the sockets of the masked eyes, guttering fire emit their eerie light.
Who are you? Would you abandon your king? Take up your sword! To battle! The enemy has come!
What are you, spirit?
You forget the face of your lord? No. Better to say that you see more clearly than my subjects.
Before you is Ad-Nur, king in life of a great people, in death, master of nothing. If you are not master in this place, who is? Something with a longer reach, for I can do nothing outside this wretched chamber. The stone is like an anchor. The mask turns back toward the crystal at the center of the room and the body there.
Many souls do pass from time to time into this place. The Audra draws them deep, and there they are consumed, but not by me.
Something dwells in the place beneath us, and there feeds upon my people, as it did when we drew breath. It's an old, ancient thing, and you will not conquer it any more than we could conquer ignorance. Ad-Nur suddenly shudders, and the shape of him seems to warp and twist. The tines of his dark crown grow long, and the surface of his mask ripples like molten ore. The mask turns.
None walk there save Ad-Nur's line. You will not tread in that place. Not there.
If this thing is responsible for the attacks on Cad-Nor, then perhaps I can help us both. How? Will you destroy that which survived the end of my people? No. You only anger it. It will drink your life like water. I'm only here to defend my stronghold. I must defeat this creature. It threatens your world, your homes, not mine, for we are long dead. To me, it's but an obstacle, and when it, too, at last perishes, I will have my chance. I have waited for so long. I cannot risk this. But you see them.
What remains of them? As the Mad One did before you. As I do. My subjects. My people.
Why have you sent beasts to attack me? What are you, that I should concern myself with your life? When they have trapped me here, I cannot cross the threshold. The way is barred to me. He is out of my reach even now. They have broken it. My statue, my memorial. The vein is severed, and I am parted from the source. And still something dwells in the place beneath us, and there feeds upon my people, as it did when we drew breath. An old, ancient thing. You will not conquer it any more than we could conquer ignorance. None
walk there save Ad-Nur's line.
What's down there? All the souls the past have ever known, bound still to the Audra, waiting for their chance at rebirth, or else trapped within the fragments. He reaches a formless hand towards his mask, only jerking it away as if scalded. My son, somewhere he must be. You built the endless paths.
The endless paths. 1,000 hands toiled to create it. But it was my voice, my will, that directed them. the great work of our age.
I'm looking forward to encountering all the great races too, Insler. I can tell there's a lot of deep lore here. Oh, so your race kind of determines what class you can be. That's interesting. Huh. And what counts as human changes depending on who you ask in the Imperium. Psychers and navigators aren't considered human by the more Puritan ones. If you're taking suggestions, I suggest Blood Bowl only because it's my favorite. I love football and love fantasy, so it's an all-time fave for me. But in all actuality, it has no aspect of the 40k universe in it. I didn't even think about being a Psyker or some kind of divine class like a Preacher or a Zealot. Interesting. Or it would have been if they had only allowed me to finish. If they understood that from such rotted foundations could emerge wondrous achievement. That the same curse I sought to cure afflicted them in turn. Give me 1 second. I need to stand for a minute. Oh, okay, much better. At some point, I'm going to buy a desk that I can, one of those desks that'll stand up, electronically, where you can press a button and it'll stand up a little bit. I think I really need that. I sit way, way too often. I used to have a gas-powered thing that would lift up, but I didn't like the way, like my monitors were higher than the desk, and so it made it very, very, it made it really weird and really difficult to use. I didn't like it. I need the whole desk to actually lift up instead. That my son might, from one moment to the next, be lost to me is abomination. His voice thickens with grief, reverberating through the chamber. He wants only that I should be proud of him. How can a father convince his son that he might accomplish nothing and still be the light of his life? How, if he is gone? So many hours and days spent wondering. If I had been there but a moment earlier, if I had stopped him from leaving that morning, if I had only known that I would never see him again.
Lost, treading these endless paths, these regrets, with him forever moving out of reach, into some darker place, away from me. Have they loved nothing in all their lives? Lost nothing? Wives, husbands, children? Might I not show them then the agony of it?
You're trapped here? I am bound to this place, or else cursed with it, I do not know. I have tried to pass beyond the steps. The memories came upon me. I wake here. I have whiled away centuries in that fashion, half awake, but in time I wake. I always wake, and I am here.
Have they loved nothing in all their lives?
Is that your justification? That your grief outmatches
Wives,
everyone else's?
husbands.
What did they make of their grief? Nothing. None of them dared. None tried. I had the vision, and the people followed me. They believed. They knew what I promised. And if some came only to test their knowledge, at least they contributed to our understanding. We came so close. You do not understand. The frustration of it has only festered in me. I cannot cease thinking on it. Some light surges behind Odd Noah's eyes, which burst into orange flame. Every moment I have lost.
Have they loved nothing in all their lives? Lost nothing?
I
Wives,
understand your grief, but
husbands,
why all this?
children.
It did not start so. How could it? I was mad with grief. I summoned workers, mages, servants. We plunged headlong into our quest. I could not see for tears. And at first, nothing. Feeble efforts, false starts, days of nothing. And all the while I was certain I was losing time. I gave permission that we should try new methods, that we should bolster our knowledge of the soul. And with these barbarous acts, we began at last to learn, to find the edges of that veil. My people told me they could find my son, but we still had not the means of extracting him safe, intact.
And at last, when the discovery was at hand, we were betrayed. All that we had paid, the lives lost, the taint upon our souls, all for nothing. They destroyed the Titan, cleaved him from his roots. There's a
I
low.
will never see him again. Even in death, we have been more wholly separated than if I had never known him. He will have forgotten me. Have I not paid? Have they not cost me all I had?
Perhaps your son's spirit still remains here somewhere. You think the possibility does not rule my thoughts? I have been bound as surely as if they had intended it. It is an irony I've reflected upon for longer than you have walked the world, and now you think to counsel me? Intellect. It is not the chamber binding you, it is your rage, your grief. That is, no, I have tried to leave this place. I would go to my son. I would let nothing stop me. You're lying. The shade's eyes glow with an ominous light. The souls here, they're all trapped within a moment. They cannot free themselves. It is the same with you. No.
No! It is not my doing. It cannot be so simple. I will drive the invaders from the halls. I will go down those final steps, and there, finish my great work. None will stop me.
So I hear what you all are saying about really you're supposed to be a human as a rogue trader, because the whole purpose of the rogue trader is that you serve as Imperium, as a member of the Imperium, and then you go out and you meet these different aliens and you're empowered to have transactions with them. If Alcat changed that and allowed you to pretty much be any race you wanted to be at the start of the game, would you all see that as like a betrayal of the lore? Would it upset you? You lose yourself each time you try to leave, don't you see? Lose? Am I to lose all that remains when I have already spent an eternity in regret? You think to fool me. It's not a loss, only a path to something new. The dark shape of our new inspector shudders and heaves. The air around you grows cold until frost has begun to form across the tiles. The shadows seem to draw light to themselves, threatening to plunge you into darkness.
And end, then. At last.
Is anyone else's audio not working? No, the audio should be fine. I see my mic levels going up, and I see people are responding to my questions, so yeah, it definitely shouldn't be me. Also, let's hope Alcat does naval combat better than Pillars of Eternity 2. Yeah. Right, okay. Blackula, what's going on, man? Glad you're able to make the stream. And Mega D, glad you were able to make it as well. Hope both of you are doing okay. I don't think it would fit. Okay. So, Boss Page, you feel like that really wouldn't work. Maybe we'll get a DLC where we get to play an orc food booter. I wouldn't be upset, but it would make writing the story to fit with the existing lore at all very, very difficult. Interesting. If they did that, yeah, it's a huge betrayal of the lore. It's like having a chaotic, good demon lord. It makes no sense. Interesting. Okay. All right. So thank you. I'm glad we're having this conversation now. So I can go ahead and settle in. I'm going to be a human in the game. There's no choice around it. So you just got to accept it and roll with it.
Morals.
Maybe a dwarf that is a rogue trader. There was one story of that. Interesting. Confront the master below. So wait, I still didn't get whatever crystal I'm supposed to be looking for. Interesting. All right. Let's do a save before we get to the master below. Oops, my Bluetooth came on. Your Bluetooth was disconnected. Most rogue traders are humans or human-friendly races. What races are friendly with humans? Master below.
I thought 15 was the last level. Or maybe it's 15 and then the very, very last level. Okay, fine. Whatever. Should be close to the end, though. Yeah, they're getting wiped out. As expected.
Shall we get some shut-eye?
Slowly now.
All right. Warm air pulses through the aperture. Don't feel like being a human is limiting, though. What kind of homeworld you are from has a huge impact on what kind of person we are talking about. Interesting. Okay. So backgrounds mean a lot in this world. You know, I'm just a small subset of human.
Be cautious.
Races that evolved from humans like Ogren, Ratlings, Navigators, and Squats since they're canon again. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So much to get into, so much to learn. Looking forward to it. Forge worlds are like 100% ecologically devastated factory planets, or you could be from a pastoral agriculture world or a shrine world. Interesting. Imperial worlds are all heavily specialized.
All this to find feet. I should have guessed.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Imperium worlds. I might do 2 save files at the same time when this game comes out, so I can be loyal to the Imperium in one playthrough and then headlong into chaos in another. Oh, don't worry. I absolutely plan to be doing multiple playthroughs where we explore all that. Absolutely. I think this is going to be one of those games where it'll be well worth it to go through it multiple times and find out everything that you possibly can. Why are some people not attacking? Get to it, ladies and gentlemen, please. There we go. There you go. Keep going. And there we are.
Eyes open.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be one of those games. Humans equal void-born navigators, psychos, ratlings, the cat people, the bull people. There's a lot. Interesting. Oh yeah, the beastmen. I forgot.
Fire casts light in dark places.
Boss fight. You could be a barbarian from a primitive world where nobody except the governor even knows that the Imperial space flight exists. Wow. Okay, so for real, it's different. I want to be from a night world. Hun. Yeah, primitive world PCs are always a ton of fun. Okay, so there's a lot of flexibility even though you're a human. Okay, that's actually comforting. The stairs ahead have crumbled away, leaving you at the edge of a dark pit. You'll have to proceed down carefully, and climbing back up may be difficult. Climb carefully down the rocks. Your progress is slow as the rocks shift precariously under your grip and footing, but you are able to maintain your handhold. You pick your way carefully down the craggy wall and piled stones, and eventually find yourself at the bottom. This should give us the option to choose a Primarch bloodline. If it's homebrewed, they can find a way to swing it. So what? In the original lore, Primarch bloodlines would not be available. This is going to be one of the abilities I have. Lets me add +1 to someone's rolls. If it becomes a success, even without that +1, I get to choose what happens for them. That's wild. That's wild. Really hope they add in the less known creatures. Kind of sucks when every single possessed person is taken over by a daemon, giving the ruler or enslavers a chance. Woo! I didn't remember the dragon looking that way. That's sick. That is sick. Are you still under the stronghold of Ardnor? Yep, I've just reached the final boss. That would be very. I hope they implement a primitive world backstory with special dialogues like you get with low intelligence characters in some games. From under a cloak of gloomy shadow, lit only by the sickly hues of the Adra statue, emerges what can only be a dragon. Vibrant, living Adra plates its hide, and the movement of its great joints is like the grinding of boulders. The dragon stretches itself up to its full height, its horns looming like towers, and then it lowers its head, turning a sharp and intelligent gaze upon you. If we puff up our chests real big and make loud noises, we might be able to scare it off.
Here you are, nearly at the heart of the world. What a journey you have made.
You are the master below?
Yes, the master below. You have found her. Cadnua is mine, as is all that lies beneath it. How fortunate you are to learn such well-guarded secrets. All it has cost you is your life.
So you are the one they spoke of all this time?
In a fashion. Think on it. How many hundreds of souls killed by fawning Zorips, or devoured by trolls? Dashed against sealed doors, dragged screaming into dark pits by spiders. All to see what you have seen. A gate into the past. The history of a fallen people. The haunted treasures of a mad king. The final monument of a distraught father, an old man weeping in the dark. And each and every man and woman that falls comes here, to this place, to me.
What is this place?
All that remains of a dead man's greatest wish, a grand memorial, or merely a sorry little tomb. More than Ardnua's precious son are buried here, of course. Many more. It is where the Ardra veins converge, before descending into the hollows of the world.
Christopher Johnson, thank you for subscribing. Glad you've been enjoying the content of the channel. That is what calls you all down here, though it, in the end, though it lies now beyond reach. Do you feel it, now that you are so close? That pull towards transformation. I have claimed Cadnoa. I cannot let you threaten the keep. No, of course not. Tell me, did you stride nobly down the steps of your fine castle, determined to save the day?
I have seen your Cadnua. Have seen it rise and fall and rise again. Is it still rubble and weeds, or have you made more of it?
I was here before the Adarans raised a single stone. I am older than the steps which led you here. I am bound to this sorry memorial, and you are no more master of it than you are of me. But you are the only one to have come so far. I cannot allow you to leave. Not now that you have seen this place. You said you are bound here? You know what power lies within the soul. Everything here, living or dead, knows it, feeds on it, thrives on it. I feed upon Adnua's slaves while they toiled, and then, once I had grown, upon the Titan and the living veins of the world, to go from a single, feeble intelligence to hearing the voices of hundreds. Perhaps that sounds familiar to you. The statue survives in part, as do I. We are much changed, the both of us. She raises Adra-laden wings, raised above you like a second ceiling. Nothing can feed upon the souls of thousands and remain the same. You feed on the statue? With the fall of the Inquithans, the statue has come to hold the souls of its time and the era's since. The dragon lowers her wings, and in consuming it, I have gained what power and knowledge these fleeting lives provide. Every clumsy explorer, every mercenary and adventurer, the souls drift down, and some are caught here in what remains of Adnua's Titan. Any single soul is but a trifle, of course, raindrops in the desert. Perception. How long can you remain here? The statue will not last you forever. Yes, you speak true. The Titan is not as it once was. I have a few centuries yet, before the remainder has lost its power, and then I will starve. But that hardly helps you here and now, so you are trapped here. I came into this place as a hatchling. I was yet small and my wings light. You will note that I have grown. The dragon stamps one mighty foot upon the earth, and the ground quakes. So too has the Adra weighed me down. Cipher. But I am not wholly trapped, no. The mind wanders, and like your ciphers, like you, I can cast myself beyond the limits of my bones. Only my reach is far greater. All that has happened since Adnoa's fall, I have witnessed firsthand. The fall of cities, the death of languages, war, pestilence, the mundane lives of farmers and kings alike. Entire days I have lingered in the low consciousness of people 100 leagues apart, but in time, always, the body calls.
And here I return. The endless tide of treasure hunters. Adnua's sorrow. I have observed 100 lives upon the surface, and all are dear to me. But the flesh reigns.
There's not much Adra left. No, and in time, like all who walk these paths, will die as well. I'm sorry for your plight, but I can do nothing. So I think there's a way, like there's a dragon hunter that you can go out and lure back to her, and then she'll put her soul into the dragon hunter, and this allows her to roam freely. But no, we're not helping this terrible evil creature. I'm sorry for your plight, but I can do nothing. No, you cannot. Nor can I let you leave and bring word of my presence to the world above. The dragon rears her head. At least we may keep each other company a time. I will save your soul for last. Yeesh. All right. Eder, I want you back over here. You. Ooh, no more of these? God dog it. That was a mistake. Cannot be frightened. Okay, so can you be weakened? You can be weakened. But you know what? No, we're gonna do this instead. Boom, 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 boom. And we're gonna turn on minor avatar, and yeah.
Hey.
Good Lord. That was kind of wild. You just got obliterated. That's not good. I just got completely... Why was... Good Lord. That was brutal. Hold up. What am I missing? That's not the last save I did. Here we go. Quick save. What in the hell? Well, she is a crystal dragon. Feel like you should expect that. Not for the whole damn team. I thought Eder at least will stand up to the challenge. What in the hell just occurred? Well, first let's make sure we rest. And we're going to change all these to beast. All right. I should have checked to see what did she hit me with. Because whatever she... I don't even get to choose my formation. Yeah, she's one of the most powerful enemies in the game. Strongest creature in the game. I thought the dragon from White March Part 2 was the strongest enemy in the
You are
game.
nearly. How fortunate you are in a.
I know I beat her, but making everything per encounter at Deathfire was one of the better changes they made, especially when Pillars of Eternity is so combat heavy and using abilities outside of combat isn't a thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had to cheese that guy. Bakersfield, what's going on? Glad you're able to join the stream. I had to cheese this guy. Well, you said you're abound here. You feed on the statue, perception, so you're trapped here.
And here I
It's not much, sorry. Okay. It's 1 in the morning, so if I get blown apart again, we might have to just revisit this tomorrow, because I'm super tired. Okay. That's a better start. Now, Eder. How long does this work? 15 seconds. We're not going to do this yet. Can you be knocked prone? You can be knocked prone. Let's give that a whirl. In fact, wait, what's this? 50% of damage converted to healing? Yeah, you know, actually, we're going to do that first. Then, yeah, you're going to go over here. Why are you doing that? That does absolutely nothing. We're going to do this instead. And then, ooh, you could be paralyzed, right? Wait, no, you're immune to petrified. Is that what this does? Petrified. So you could be paralyzed, but you could not be petrified. Okay. So I guess, you know what? We'll put on one of these clones. You're doing that. We're both going to try to paralyze you. That's the most important thing we could do right now, in fact. And did it not work for either one? Neither one of us were able to successfully do that? Oh, you're not prone. You're not prone, but you're in a brutal spot. You're about to do that. That works for me. You've already done this. That works for me. Okay. So now she's paralyzed. He's doing that. That's fine. I'll take that. That's fine. Did you turn on? No, you have not. So let's turn on my minor avatar. Where are you? You are, that's the duplicate. That's Slandered. Grieving Mother is here. So we'll do one towards Pallegina. There we go. Oh, we won't. All right. Holy fire it is. Good Lord. And yep, we'll do that. She's down. He's doing nothing. He's petrified. This might just be straight up brutal. Charm. We're not going to be able to do anything as long as this object dragon is up. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. She's standing right over there with him, so fine. Damn, he's down on the ground, but still can't do anything about it, though. Because Pallegina is holding it down over here. Who's most useful for me to revive? Probably Durance, now that I think about it. Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. Almost. I was almost there, but didn't do it. Okay, fine. It's possible. It's possible. I'll get this done next time. But right now, I'm tired as hell. Strongest creature in the game. Well, at least I know it. Once I take this out, everything else is doable. Making everything per encounter. Yeah, I agree. I know I beat her, but I have no idea how. Who's your favorite companion and Pillars of Eternity? Probably Grieving Mother so far. Oh, yeah, there's some kind of cheese involved for me, too, you know? I just have to keep him paralyzed. If I can have Slandered and Grieving Mother going back to back with the paralyzation and making sure he stays stunned, I think that'll be fine. I think Aloth should have a spell that's basically scintillating pattern he could confuse those Zorbs with. Spam summons. That's also what I should do. I should definitely be throwing some summons out to help with me as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing all the above. I'm gonna do all the above. The fight's doable. We had her down to 2 health bubbles. Ooh, stasis. Yep, that's another good option. The stasis skill, and then deal with all the add-ons, and then focus fire on her. So yeah, we got options. We'll be able to work this out. We'll be able to work this out. I thought the Dragon in White March 2 was like the hardest character in the game. And so I thought this was going to be much easier, but apparently not. Apparently not. As the summon says, good for this fight. There's a magic spell you missed ages ago that paralyzes and deals damage. Really? For Aloth? Interesting. Okay. I'll have to check that out. I'll probably look at a couple of strategies and I'll be prepared. I might go ahead and stream tomorrow night, but if not, I'll definitely be back Wednesday night. So, but for now, let me go ahead and go to bed. I got to get back to work tomorrow morning. So, hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you all had a good time. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Take care, Dagon. Take care, Damas. Glad you're able to make it. Hope you enjoyed it.